Hi, everybody.
Oh my god, we're back.
We are back. Hey, we are here with some Team X. It's been a minute. It has been a minute. We are Team X. This is an official franchise of Acquisitions Incorporated with exclusive rights to the Chandlewood region, operating out of Pinedale. But the team is far afield and they find themselves in Waterdeep. And we need to do a little recap. But before we do the recap, let us go through the introductions as we always have, normally, with no changes for the moment. And we will start because there's developments, and we'll get to the developments. We don't want to spoil anything. But anyway, let us start as spoilers. We will start where we always do, to my left.
It me. I'm Clues playing Join My Gem Weaver, Tinker Norm, Sorcerer Extraordinaire. Last I remember, she had a lot of food.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Yes.
don't think it was very healthy food.
No.
Of course not.
It was very good food.
It's very good food.
No healthy diet if it bit her in the face.
Yeah, I think she's not run on blood so much as just like a constant sugar base.
A sludge.
Yeah.
A sludge of sugar and other stuff.
Yeah, there's got to be like carbs and sugar. So it's just sugar on sugar.
The protein is only a binding agent for the sugar.
Yeah.
And fat. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Is Drenma just a small Stay Puft Marshmallow Man?
No.
It could be.
No,
I mean, she is kind of squishy, so.
But the thing is, though, she's also very strong.
No, listen, here's what it is. Listen. She's
Yeah, I'm very
pickling
strong.
herself.
There we go.
Preservation.
Oh.
Yeah.
This
Or,
is why I
or
will
could it be like
continue to
gnomes,
take it.
right? Most people, like the average, like human, right? If you had nothing but fried food, your arteries are going to solidify.
Cool.
But maybe gnomes, it's like the reverse. That if they only ate fruits and veggies, like they would just like,
They have a coronary.
yeah, they would have a massive coronary.
They eat a salad and they stroke out.
Yeah, too much,
Oh God.
too much beta
Help
carotene,
me.
and
I think I like the idea of that Dren is actually dead and the sugar is just an incredible preservative.
she's Keith
See?
Richards.
See, this plays into my whole necromancy.
She's
I'm just doing it.
actually
Yeah,
dead.
I'm just doing it in a completely different way. I am a candy lich.
She forgot. She died, but because she's so absent-minded, she forgot, and she just kept going. So,
I forgot to die. I'm sorry.
oops, sorry. I'll get to it later.
We need to figure out this character class. This candy lich.
Okay, I'm writing this down. Candy. It'll be in the Chandlewood Adventurer's Guide.
Nice.
Is that what the
My-
witch in the woods with the house made of candy is? Is she a candy lich?
Maybe. Just
Or
like
is she a
her
candy
blood
hag?
is
No,
just-
she's a candy
Her
hag.
blood just caramelized.
Well, I mean the sweet smells and the baked goods were designed to hide the odor.
Mm.
See?
Would she have a phylactosery?
Horrible.
I don't. Oh,
That doesn't-
like lactose. Okay.
That doesn't really make any sense.
Moving along.
Strong action there.
Yeah, next.
And we made it 5 minutes. Strike one.
Damn it.
Moving along.
Clockwise?
Yes.
Oh, hi.
Just go next. You always go.
You.
next.
I know, it's been a month. I played Cynic General Trek, who was effectively everyone's lab rat when it came to what food tasted good last episode, and he has been threatened with a makeover episode.
He has.
He has. Continuing along.
I am Blind Cleric. I'll be playing a guest character
Mhm.
of Brent Smorwisher, a corporate consultant for the Acquisitions Incorporated Guild.
Yes, and we'll be getting to that momentarily. And last, but by no means least.
I'm I'm Purple Monkey Robots, also known as Rosella or Raz. and I'm playing Eno, the tiefling. Yeah, tiefling bard. And I have the lute and stuff, and I like to sing. I think.
He
Right.
does.
Okay.
I got
like
a
to
really
sing
good
I'm
here.
checking the notes in my hand here. Likes to swang.
Sling.
A little smudge.
Sing.
What are poons? No, puns. Okay.
Wow.
Boom, punt,
TOS.
And rap battles. Insult battles. The dozens. He likes to play the dozens. So the team, as part of their wanderings, have found themselves in Waterdeep, and they found themselves in Waterdeep during the Evertide Festival, which is a period of time during the summer in Waterdeep when there's a confluence of very high tides that are sustained for several days. And so because of that, they always turn it into a large citywide festival. And in the previous episode, the team was tasked by the Home Office to do the first for the first day of the festival to write an article called "The Best of the Fest," where they were going to tour the various vendors and restaurants and eateries in the city and write up an article that would appear in Acquisitions Incorporated Monthly. It's the magazine that comes out every month. It's always a picture of Omen drawn on the very front of it in various seasonally appropriate pictures.
Does he smile like a maniac, or is he just I'm here and you made me dress up?
His
and I
brand
took a
is
picture"?
not smile. I don't know if you know.
Yeah,
Actually
when
didn't.
they tried to smile once, but it kind of like was uncomfortable, and magazine sales were extraordinarily low. And that's surprising because the way it works is that they print the magazine, the franchises have to buy the magazine and then sell their stock of the magazine. So, there's a vested interest in making sure the magazines sell, but that month was really bad because it was very like plastered on. It looked, not good. Omen Drawn
is
is
essentially a lawful evil banker.
it was like a really strained, like, is this how you do it? Am I doing it right? Is this
Yeah.
okay? But in the last episode, we also came up with some new beers. As a quick reminder,
Oh,
we
yeah,
had
we did.
the Pillbug Porter, the Stankbug Stout,
Stank bug stout.
a Cucumber Lime Kolsch called the Bright, a Flogging Lager. I don't think we came up with a name with this one. I have a few others on here.
Which one?
There was one. It was like a root beer with sassafras, vanilla, and licorice. There's another one that had more vanilla. When there's like a savory, a sweet, and a bitter one.
That one we had. No, there was 3.
Yeah, it was
Oh, what
there was a
was it?
savory, a sweet, and a bitter.
Yeah, that's
But-
what it was savory, sweet, and
Yeah, but I don't think we named it the same way we named the beers. But we might have. I
no,
don't
that's
know.
what it was just called like the sweet, the savory.
Oh,
and
that
the
was the name. I'll have
Yeah,
the
that was
savory.
the name.
Okay. Oh, well, there we go. It answers that. And we also discovered that there were some competing competing sugar shops in Waterdeep. One was Elminster's Magic Sweet Shop, which is obviously like a licensed franchise type thing. You know, it's like
Monster's a punk ass.
yeah. Well, it's kind of like the Guy Fieri places. There's certain places that he actually is
Well, hold
involved
on.
in, and
Whoa,
no.
whoa,
I'm not saying he's a
Guy
punk.
Fieri is a treasure.
He is. I'm not.
Alright.
He is a good guy, but there's certain restaurants that are like his, and certain that he like licensed out, right? And this is like the licensed out place where he doesn't really have control over what's in there. It's just they used his image and they pay a licensing fee. And their direct competitor is the Sugar Rush Brothers, who have their own sweet shop. It's a twin dwarves who own this chain, and we know that the third day of the Evertide Festival involves the annual Sugar Smash, which is like a charity gladiatorial bout that can be entered, and it's the Team Elminster versus the Team Sugar Rush Brothers. And it's a big charity event, raises money. Does all the money make it? Probably not, because of who owns these places. They're going to make their cut on it. And yeah, and then it's followed up by like the annual like ending ceremony, like an awards ceremony for best of the fest and the winners, and that's like a big like to do, fancy duds, a lot of, and that's one of the big events to be at in Waterdeep, because it's it's really more than anything, it's like a networking opportunity. Like no deals necessarily get hammered out there, but it's like that's where like you're there to see and be seen, and you make connections and there's a lot of like other projects that always stem out. It's kind of like the Met Gala, the Met, where it's like, oh, we're going there, but there's stuff going down on there, and it's very similar to that. But on this morning, the morning after your tour of the Best of the Fest, I would dare say that probably for the first time, Thunuk might feel full. Maybe?
Like uncomfortably?
No, more like... Hang on.
Oh, is that outside your house?
That is outside my
Have,
house.
Like
I thought your
a
dog was
horde of
barking at us.
hogs go by.
No, just the one. This makes recording so much fun.
Like, yeah.
You don't know how much I want to put a spike strip out there. Anyway, no, not uncomfortably, like, oh god, I ate too much. More like, wow. So that's what this feels like, to not be hungry.
I don't feel the need for breakfast. I think I could skip it today.
Yeah, like, I mean, there's like the habit, like, I should have breakfast, but do I need breakfast? No, maybe just a little melon, cup of tea. Dren, I would say for the first time ever, you might actually have a sugar hangover.
Wow.
Because that was a lot of sugar. Between the alcohol, the different beers, some of which were,
True.
yeah, a little bit more with the sugar content than some. And then just all the, and just the trip to the sweet shop was just too much.
Oh, I forgot about the sweet shop.
Yeah, that was just like, it was Dren in a candy shop. And that's all, that's the only...
Right.
that tells you, that gives you the entire visual right there, right?
That's okay. So then I'm imagine what people have when they come down from like crashing
Mm-hmm.
from too much caffeine or something, and they're just like The Walking Dead.
And it's like you get like the throbbing brain, like, oh
Yeah.
no. Eno, I think Eno would probably be, he man can handle his liquor and he understands temperance. And I think that probably most of his time, while imbibing and enjoying, he's probably tired, but I think he's more of like that. It's that level of exhaustion from having needed to babysit Thunuk and Drenmai during the rest of the tour through Waterdeep, because Thunuk having never really been in a large city like this before, so there's probably a lot of questions. What's this do? What's this do? Why do people do this? Why do people do this? Oh, what's over here? What's and no, and then you have Dren, who just on a good day is like trying to herd cats, and now you have a Dren who is inebriated, high on sugar, and just generally excited because party. So I think Eno's probably a little exhausted at this point, but you find yourselves sitting around the table of the inn where you're being put up by Acquisitions Incorporated, and you were aware that during this point they were also auditing the franchise. This was sort of the reason why they asked you to stick around town, so they could perform an audit of the franchise. And you've received a missive that that you're going to be participating in the Sugar Smash on the following day, not today, but the following day, and that there's going to be this big Sugar Smash gala afterwards, the Evertide gala afterwards, which you're going to need to get dudded up for. So, there's going to be some need to get. Maybe the rest of you might need clothes, but for a fact Thunuk needs actual clothes to be seen in polite company, because these are going to be like these are the people that you want to network with. But as you are sitting around your table nursing your various situational hangovers, and Hugon is sitting at the table with you, stoic as ever, just sort of sitting there staring off at nothing, red eyes glowing behind the flesh mask. And behind him, there is a tearing sound. And like this tear in reality opens up behind him, and a hand comes out and another hand comes out and opens it up. And you see behind him, staring through this, are these glowing, deep red eyes. And it's this woman with this deep red armor, and it almost looks like priestly vestments underneath the armor. And she just, the eyes lock on Hugon, and she just goes, "You." And Hugon turns like ever so slowly over the shoulder, turns back to you and says, "Don't follow me." Turns around and just spear tackles through this rent in reality into the middle of this entity. And you can see just as it snaps shut, just as the rent snaps shut, that you think you might hear him laughing as you hear sounds of battle commence. Like as he runs, it's like he turns, he goes for the double, and the halberd he rips the halberd out of his his little reality pocket, dives through and just goes at it, and you think he might be laughing, and it might be the first time that you've heard him laugh, like an actual joyful, mirthful laugh, for the first time ever, as he dives into this realm, whatever it is, and it snaps shut behind him.
Like as he goes through, I say good luck, and I give him bardic inspiration.
I love it, and you know it connected. You know it connected. You did it in time. Hugon has some bardic inspiration as he goes into whatever hell he just went into, that he just dove into. And there's like a faint smell of sulfur in the air as it shuts.
I know he said we shouldn't have followed him, but should we have gone with him? That seemed like it was a dangerous thing that he just.
But that's the same thing. Going with and following. That means we would have gone with him if we followed him. It's the same as going with him.
Yes, but I mean, like, it's still dangerous.
Yes, that's why we should stay here. Dangerous.
But what about Hugon?
He's dangerous. It's fine.
Okay.
Like Danger looks at Hugon and goes, "Oh, maybe I should go over this way. Maybe I should."
You did.
No, I don't personally know Danger, and so I can't really say.
I don't know him
Yeah.
personally.
Dan German. What do you mean?
So, I mean, you must know them better than me. Okay.
I think you've seen Danger, Thunuk. Maybe you just don't remember right now, but
You don't mean like a person named Danger, do you?
not really, no.
Oh, okay.
No.
If there ever was a person named Danger, and I didn't introduce myself, please make sure that I do, because I don't want to hurt.
I will. I'll help you do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, this was in character.
Yeah.
He's drinking for the first time ever. He's just drinking a gigantic mug of tea in the morning. He's like, "This is a very interesting change of pace."
Yeah, it's like a food hangover.
And Eno's eating candy. He's eating some of the candy he got yesterday.
So is there? I don't know. I feel like the stuff that'd be in the pocket would be like it's like a. When you said that in my head, it's like a brown bag of the like the Sour Patch Kids, but it's like the tape. You know what I'm saying?
I'm-
It's.
I was thinking like gummy worm types. I was thinking like
okay.
it looks like really weird and bad, but it's candy.
It's like a
you know, like-
bloodworm, but
Gummy spiders and stuff like that.
and they're all filled with like different fruit juices, like syrups,
Yeah.
like fruit gushers, except they're in the form of like you bite into the bloodworm and it's just like cherry syrup is like pouring out of it.
Yeah. So he bites into one and like some of the stuff goes and it like goes into Thunnock's like drink or something.
It's like biting a cherry tomato. To,
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
But
sorry.
you put the food all the way in your mouth before
Sorry
you
about that.
engage in the act of chewing.
But maybe he forgot because he's so tired. He's like, oh god, oh sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
This is the best he can do. She's like,
Like a little sugar dripping down his corner of his mouth.
Does Dren have a reaction to seeing the sugar? Is it like the morning after, like if you got like abysmally hungover off of vodka, like the next day you see vodka, you're like, no. Does Dren have a reaction to this?
I imagine she's just kind of sitting there, and all of this happens in front of her. Just kind of look. Well, that happened. And then the thing with Roz or the Eno's going on, and she's like,
That
She
tracks.
just kind of sits there. This is probably the most she hasn't moved in a while. It just like stares blankly off into nothing.
Do your characters have a chosen hangover breakfast?
Like,
Or a hangover curative that on the morning after? Because I'm sure all of them, well, maybe not Thunnock, but I'm sure all of them at some point have had a hangover. Would there be like a chosen, like, oh, this is my go-to? Like the Grand Slam Denny's meat lovers
Yeah.
thing is like,
Really not that impressive for a Hank here, I will say.
but that was just my go-to. That was just like, oh,
I know.
need
I'm just
this.
saying that, like,
Yeah.
the Grand Slam, I was left hungover. I was not cured, in fact.
I think Eno would be like eggs and hot sauce and a lot of water.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, you got to hydrate. That's true. That is a big one.
Yeah.
I'm picturing like it's not breakfast, but it's what she would go for. Would just be like big bowl, something like ramen adjacent / stew. There's just like this amalgamation of various ingredients,
Salty.
but there's
Mhm.
the salt, there's the heart, like it's a thicker soup, and yeah.
would it be as well thought out as ramen is, or would it just be like, I put all these things in a bowl and I stirred it some?
Yeah, it's that would help. That would help. Okay.
And the cook in the kitchen is like, what the? Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Just okay. You're gonna do your thing. Okay. Just all right. It's like you can't. Oh, hacking. Oh, okay. Do it. He's paying the bills.
You can't tell me no, especially right now.
And from Drenmai's perspective, had nothing to do with being with Ack Inc. You just don't tell her no.
Oh my god.
That's a small human.
Right.
Yes, he appeared. He literally just woke up.
And so yeah, Thunnock. Would Thunnock have any kind of? Because I think we're talking more like a food hangover in his case. Again, not like uncomfortable, like oh god, I'm bloated, but more maybe just like I've never felt this before and I need to do something about it.
Well, I think we determined he's just not food hungover. He's
Mhm.
just satiated and he does not feel the need for breakfast. But he does have various hangover solutions, and for others, because I don't think he's ever experienced a hangover.
Mm-hmm.
He's never had enough. This is the first time he's had so much money that a hangover would be possible, and he doesn't. I don't think he understands it. That's something he could experiment with.
He's got an Andre the Giant level thirst.
Yes, pretty much. And hunger. So effectively, what he has is like he knows how to get the various pouches of various salts and stuff and herbs and mix them together and toss them into whatever liquid you're drinking to make you feel better. It's like Alka-Seltzer, but like nature's Alka-Seltzer.
Nature's Alka-Seltzer. It's like it's gonna be like some like sand from a very specific riverbank. That when you it actually effervesces. It's like a handful. Here, do this. Do this dirt in my water. Trust me.
I imagine an alchemist would see this stuff and be like, "Why do you have these things? Why are you drinking these things?"
No, don't do that. Stop, please.
Hang on. Do we have another hog fest coming
Don't
by?
put that in your mouth.
No.
Don't put that in your mouth.
Oh.
God damn it. What do you have? No!
Drop it.
I imagine when Thunuk was little and there were alchemists around him, they treated him like a dog with something in his mouth. He's like,
He's like, open your mouth. Open your fucking mouth.
Do not eat the phosphorus.
No,
But it's
in my mouth,
close.
it's mine now.
But
I
it's
put it
shiny.
in there first. You can't have it.
It's mine. Licked it, not mine. So as you're sitting there nursing your various situational hangovers, you notice the door to the common room of the inn open, and in walks a very finely dressed man, where you could almost describe him as a dandy, in that it's very, very fashionable business wear. Like I guess if there was going to be like a real world equivalent, I don't know what it would look like in Waterdeep off the top of my head, or maybe I do. I think he would look very much like a 18th century statesman, with like the
Like the powdered wig and everything?
"Oh,
probably like, yeah, there's probably like a powdered wig. There's like the nice jacket with like, and it's the frills at the neck and the frills at the cuffs, and the jacket's it's a very slim fitting jacket.
big fluffy hat with a giant feather in it."
No hat. No
Not like
hat.
marquee hat.
Maybe, but as soon as he comes in, it's swept off because you do not wear a hat indoors. That is inappropriate. There's probably there's a cravat, right? That's what that's called, right? The neck
Got
scarf.
me, buddy.
The thing that, yeah, that's what I think that's
Oh,
what they,
yeah.
that there's a matching like pocket square, very 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 purposefully made to look messy, yeah, very 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 put together, very stiff, and he has an air of being, as he looks around the room, there's an air of him being just like, I know I'm the smartest person in this room. And he looks around and he makes contact. He like locks in on your table, and not in a hurried fashion, but not slow. He's moving at his own pace. He moves at his pace
His
because
heels click against
he's
the
very, yes. The shoes might be brand new. They do not look comfortable, but they look great. And that's what's important. He's going to have hammer toes later in life because of these shoes, but they look great now. But he makes a beeline for the table and introduces himself. And this would be where our friend, the blind cleric, would step in.
And then from behind him comes.
Hi guys, I'm gonna kill him, and I'm in the game now because I'm the new character.
Hello. How are you?
Thanks. I hate it.
Good morning. No, won't be doing that.
I was about to say, no. Give me. I will open a portal to the other dimension to rip my Hugon back.
Come on, now, don't make me want to do this to you. Come on. Don't force my hand with your truculence. Onto this table is placed a solid gold AI emblem. Just
Ooh.
and it thunks like a full heavy glass of like a heavy pottery glass just thunk on the table. And morning.
Is this in front of like where we're eating and stuff?
It is on the like. Boom,
How big is
before-
it?
like
I imagine
you,
it's
it's
slightly-
impressive how he pulled that out of a pocket.
Tea plate. It's like a tea plate
kind of
size.
It's like a
Pocket you have.
saucer, and it's like, well,
Yeah.
what the fuck is this? And it's like just the most beautiful, ostentatious Acquisitions Incorporated. It's got the whatever language they use for like
Mhm.
their mission statement around the outer
Mhm.
edge, and it's all beautifully filigreed, have you? And the A and the I are masterfully wrought. Clearly, an
Imagine
artisan's
I'm
work.
so annoyed because I'm getting my food and it's in my way, so I just
It actually doesn't
bunk the bowl
move.
down.
It
It
doesn't.
doesn't move.
The symbol appears to be immovable.
I put my bowl on top of it.
Modern
Much-
solutions for modern problems.
Much how you cannot touch two magnets together.
Oh.
The
Oh, is it
seal,
flopping around?
like your bowl, sort of just vibrates on top of it for a moment, and then begins to like drift to one side.
And there's Dren like, no,
Yeah,
just
I'll
trying to
just
die.
scoop a little quicker until like
No,
I
no,
imagine
no,
it's
no,
just
no,
kind of
no,
now
no, no.
pivoted on its side.
Yeah, well, the bowl is like oh no.
Yeah.
Mr. Twinweaver, I see that you are as calcitrant as always. Not good to see you again.
Do I recognize him or her at this
You
point?
do recognize. You recognize this shape of him, of Mr. Master
Master.
Brent Smallwisher.
Esquire.
Well, I don't know, Esquire.
PhD.
You know, the
I don't
business
know
card is
what
gonna have
to
like all this alphabet soup behind it from all like the professional certifications that don't really
But
mean
he
anything
is
to anyone.
He's one of the upper level consultants from the auditing sector of Acquisitions Incorporated.
Eating soup. Eyes are kind of like opens. Oh, it's you.
And he like takes out like a little bitty bottle. It's like the tiniest, cutest little bottle, and then upends it into your soup,
God damn it.
and goes.
Hey, that's not nice. You shouldn't spike people's soup.
How interesting.
What was that?
I'm mixing around. I don't care at this point. I'm eating. I might not
Wow.
even recognize that he did it.
Just a little incentive to pay attention.
Caffeine. It's stimulants.
Caffeine
It is actually
concentrate.
some form. Like you do feel better.
It's a stim.
Okay. You get like that warm tummy feeling, like
A little bit. Yeah.
I'm a human again.
But you're a gnome.
Good point.
Mm.
It's
I'm
also
a gnome
feel
again.
tall. I feel tall.
I feel tall.
Wait a minute. Is this like an Alice in Wonderland scenario? Stop it. No. I need to find a mushroom to eat to get small again.
The other
Say that
two,
out loud.
I do not know personally. I am Master Brent Smallwisher. I am one of the chief consulting auditors for Acquisitions Incorporated. Head office has sent me. We have some discussions. So, I will be joining you.
Okay, you can join us, but don't put anything in my eggs.
Well, I'm sorry, but the employee rights charter does indicate the auditors can, in fact, interact with your private possessions if they see fit. Food being among them. And he sits down.
I really should have read that contract.
But it's gonna be like it's like a very. If there's a way to sit down ostentatiously, he does
Oh,
it.
very much so. Like he there's like a flap of like a
of the
butt coverage, and
Your
then
coat tails.
sit
of the
down.
coaches.
So does he like whip out a like a little brush out of nowhere? He's like on the
No,
chest
he
before
simply
sitting
doesn't.
down?
But he assuredly keeps his hands in his lap. Does not.
If you've
touch
ever
the table.
if you've ever seen any videos of the Alexander method, that is the method in which he sits. and just look at it later. It's
Okay.
I have been sent to inform you that your profits are catastrophically low, and your chapter faces dissolution. That restorative measure is not taken towards the acquisition of profit very quickly. Home Office will have no further recourse but to revoke your charter and begin debt collection.
How much do we owe you?
You are 140% in the red.
Thunuk is looking at himself, looking at his hands, looking at his shirt and clothing, leans over to Eno. I don't see any red.
It's a euphemism.
Okay.
Red is bad, Thunic.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like when.
And
when
very like into existence pops a piece of paper and a quill, and it just goes and hovers there.
what was
Dick-
that?
dictation.
Oh, it went.
It writ on the paper.
Okay.
Notes.
Oh, you introduce yourself. Hi, sticks out a gigantic, grimy hand. My name's Thunuk General Trunk.
Mm-hmm. And he slowly sticks out a hand and like grabs a finger like this.
Ew.
He's like Rita Skeeter from Harry
Thunuk
Potter.
does not
I
get
hate
it. His
it.
entire hand attempts to engulf yours.
Interesting. Make a strength check.
Oh man. Hold on. That would be a 10.
Okay, there's an unusual squish to Brent's wrist, arm, and hand. Like, oh, like, the only way that I
Are
can
you
describe,
in gummy form?
like, yeah, it's a little like elastic.
No, he's made out of silly putty.
Is
This
it like?
will be
Is it like?
fun.
What was that? The Armstrong thing. The thing that you could the figure you could stretch.
Yeah,
Stretch Armstrong.
Yeah.
it's filled with like
Stretch
soft
Armstrong.
cornstarch,
Meh. Meh.
and then like he extracts his hand.
That's an
out.
oddly specific texture that I'm sad to know what that feels like.
And like he like disappointedly like looks at his entire like affair there, and it catches on fire, and then he lets it burn, and then once it's done, the clothing re-knits itself up his arm, complete with glove, and he like examines it. There, all clean.
Very thorough method of cleaning your clothes.
Well, yes, but you are quite dirty.
That dirty.
You are very dirty. In fact, Dren is only slightly more dirty. In fact, you seem to be a lesser Dren in terms of filth.
I took a bath.
When?
I'm
Hold on.
I picture Dren after seeing the fire and the flames. That would be sparking amusement, and she would have immediately picked up her spoon and flung it towards his coattail or towards his front of his coat. Be like, let's see if that happens again.
Science.
Experimentation.
Experimentation. Also chaos.
The food absolutely does hit the coat,
Oh,
and then a second piece of paper pops into existence, and this one is red, and it goes.
I think you just gotta demerit.
That's okay.
Astute.
I'm used to it.
She did. Although, to be fair, Drenmai has her own demerit scale.
They had to
It
develop
is
a whole
important
new
to note
one.
that it is a finite scale, but it is what I would consider overly.
So, Brent, is it? Brent?
I will
Is
accept.
your name? Okay. So Brent, we've been underperforming, but have we
Yes.
gotten jobs that are supposed to make money,
Yes. Not
and we
for
just
you.
haven't? Oh, because like I certainly haven't gotten any money.
Correct. You likely will have not made any profit whatsoever, but the company is making profit off of your ventures.
And why am I supposed to keep working for the company if I don't ever get any money?
Debt collection is quite a serious issue, and you are still under the what we will call advanced probationary period for your franchise. We are on the cusp of a new level of the Acquisitions Incorporated Pinedale franchise. New authorization, new writ of authority, and essentially what I am here to do is to see if your franchise is worth the legal risk to the company to power in such a way, and also to make up the 140% red.
Which exactly would be what amount?
I'm not allowed to divulge that.
Man, this is like the taxes.
Yes.
We know how much you owe, but you need to figure out how much you owe so that way you
Precisely.
can properly.
And if you're
pay us
wrong, we're
how
gonna
much
tell you that
owe.
you're wrong.
And then we will fine you, or you go to jail.
Yes, it's exactly the company policy. Very good.
Wait, we're gonna go to jail?
No, you will
Oh.
not go to jail. You will go to a debtor's prison. Which is unlike a jail, but like a jail.
It's not jail, but it's jail. It's jail, but worse.
I don't like the sound of any of this.
That's good. You don't want any of that.
But we did that one job with the spiders, wasn't that?
I
That
do
was
have
good,
180
right?
silver from that. I could take that out of my pocket. Wait. Okay. I know I had this. So I'll take out the 190 silver that we got from the spider leg thing. And then I'll take out that the shiny gem that I had just gotten.
Nice.
I'll put those in front of them. Like, now what are we at?
Give me a intelligence saving throw.
Intelligence saving throw. Mm, 19.
This is the gem you got at the from the previous mission at the Ziggurat Underground, correct? Yeah.
Mhm.
Well,
My big ass like ruby or whatever it was.
Right.
it wasn't quite a mission, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was a mission. It was just,
Just unauthorized labor.
So you go to put the gem down, and for a moment, you almost can't will your fingers to release the gem. Like, and then you think, well, wait a minute. I'm Drenmai. I like shiny things. Of course I don't want to get rid of this. But then you try again and you almost can't again. And you have to it's a force, it's a act of will. like something tugging deep in your soul that doesn't want you to let go, but then you finally are able to pry your fingers away, and
Nope, I changed my mind. It goes back in the pocket. I don't have that much willpower this early in the morning.
On the red paper. The silver, however, as you place it on the table, the whatever pouch it is in begins to vibrate, and then it tips over, and the coins trickle out toward the seal, and are absorbed into the seal.
it's like one of those.
Be like, okay,
It's like one of those games at like the Jersey Boardwalk where like you put the penny in or the dime and you try to make all the other dimes fall off and you get
Oh.
but it's like it only goes in. That doesn't do anything else.
so
I
Since
see
he
we
can
have
only
a
tell me
statistically
percentages.
insignificant contribution.
hey, I want to know what we're percentages at now. If I can only know percentages, I want to know what percentage we're in debt now.
Oh, forgive me. 139.
0.9998.
Yeah. Repeating.
So we'll just say we're at 139. Okay.
No.
No. Incorrect.
I don't think it rounds down, Dren. Yeah.
So, I trust that your franchise does not wish to be liquidated, your assets seized.
What assets? I mean, yes.
Your lantern, darling,
Good try.
and all your little toys back in your workshop that home office knows about,
Yeah.
and all the work that you owe us,
Meh.
all those things. You may
So
not
let's
keep
see,
good
we're
records, but
talking
we certainly.
roughly.
She's doing the math.
Yeah,
Is that what you mean?
Yeah, she's doing math. So she's trying to figure out roughly about how much they want. Which is looking about to be 30,000 silver.
Which would be 3,000 gold? Is it 100
Yeah.
silver? No, it's 100 silver to a gold. I forget the conversion.
I
rate.
remember, right?
Well,
Let's see,
considering you didn't
silver
contribute
to-
0.010% at all,
A gold piece is worth 10 silver, so yeah, it's gonna be 3,000 gold.
it's going to be more than. It's
More
going
than
to be as much
3,000
as I
gold.
tell you it is.
Okay, well then, how much is it?
I know, and you don't. Oh,
This is some Sheriff of Nottingham situation here.
more importantly, it has now come to the time where you must be earning on behalf of the company once again, and in that respect, this nonsensical festival will serve well in that regard. You will be required to acquire various sponsorships, participating in the Sugar Smash. Will hopefully be participating so well that you sell product for us, either by action or by dint of your marketing ability. And then afterward at the ceremony, you will be negotiating trade.
Trade for what?
I don't know. Figure it out. Make us
Are
money.
you going to be gracing us with your presence through the rest of this festival?
Oh, absolutely. I have to keep a record. I need, like, more writing.
Oh, Dren is-
I'm imagining this whole time like I've had the whisper jar and I've been like recording the whole conversation
Mhm.
Totally fine.
as well.
If you're not doing it surreptitiously, he doesn't seem to care.
So Buck is like
Mm.
floating there.
Oh, yes, Buck.
I think I've lost my appetite. don't know what I want to go do.
Thunic is rooting through his backpack and just putting stuff on the table to see what gets sucked up by the medallion.
Nothing in your possession is bothered by the medallion. The medallion seems to, in fact, repel it.
Like, no, I don't want that.
He takes out the biggest, most ornate pot lid that he has carved so far and sticks it on the table. He's like, stares like, this has got to be the one.
And Brent looks down his nose at it. He's like, you can see why we're having financial trouble.
Oh, quaint. How nice.
It's the best one though. He sort of pushes it like he would food towards a small baby animal towards the medallion. Like, come on.
And it gets repelled back each time. Like,
Nothing.
Eno takes out a small cube. Each side is painted a different color, and he rolls it on the table, and the side that's facing up is blue, and he looks at it and he goes, "What do you suggest we do now?"
Well, I'm glad that you asked. What will happen now is specifically, we will need to work on revenue generation schemes, likely in the form of livery chosen for Sugar Smash. We'll need to investigate revenue performance opportunities at Smash itself, purchase rates, whether it be for tickets, box seats, things that are
the pay-per-view on the scrying windows,
We will be offering packages and for attendees, usually aristocrats, merchant princes, those sorts of people, to come and enjoy the Sugar Smash under the umbrella of Acquisitions Incorporated. And then finally,
like a Mary Kay salesman.
You will. Wow. That was good. Finally, you will be performing trade negotiations for business and logistics routing opportunities toward Pinedale here at the Sugar Smash. From what we understand, there was a great deal of mineralogical wealth, assets tied up in Pinedale, and it's high time for exploitation.
I hate this so much. I'm picturing that Dren is literally doing circles around the table, crumbling or something. I don't know.
Just like a little goblin of wrath, like, no,
pretty much. It's just like,
I
I
won't
hate
do
this. I hate this.
I hate it. I bet this happens to Dren like once every 50, where it's like, hey, your franchise is sucking again.
Yeah.
Fix it.
It's got to be the reality check, and then I don't wanna.
No. I hate
It's not the stages of grief.
Dad.
It's not the stages of grief. It's the stages of Dren.
Work.
Yes.
Stages of having to actually work.
The stages.
The stages of responsibility.
Stages of adulthood.
She puts on her "I can't adult today" shirt.
I refuse to adult in this moment.
You can't make me.
Oh,
You can't make me.
You can't make me. I'm just gonna start throwing food everywhere for no reason. Oh, wait, just for fun, I want to see. As I'm doing this, I gotta imagine that like I'm trying to come up with some bullshit way to get out of this, and I want to cast creation, and I want to make let's see, so I can make a 5-foot cube of a gem, big ass gem, and then we'll just make it out of, we'll just go full blown diamond or something. So
it's gonna last all of like a minute.
10 minutes. 10 minutes is what I get for gems. But I want to stick that on top of the seal.
Drenmai, you keep trying this every century. It doesn't work like this. You know it doesn't work like this.
I imagine so. He probably has like this playbook, right? He's like, all right, and we reached the part where Drenmai tries
And
to
then,
create
like,
it.
on the red,
Yeah, check.
there's more writing.
It's just like, all right, now Drenmai, okay, good. We've gotten through this stage. Now can we move on to the next one where you actually do the work?
It's take a week this time.
Yeah, we're getting better. This is improvement. Good.
This
Our
is
conversations are finally starting to sink in that you can't do this. It took you a week last time. Now it only took you a few minutes. This is good.
We're in Pinedale right now. Or wait, where are we?
Waterdeep.
Waterdeep right now.
Waterdeep right now. I'm going to go. Who do I know? Who do I know in Waterdeep? Who's some high-ranking
For
person?
what purpose?
I just need like some.
I need to know
high-ranking
someone,
politician.
DM. Figure it out.
Yeah, this is gonna be where I start throwing curveballs into the game.
For what purpose? Like, what is it?
I want a person of influence. So either a politician or a local celebrity or something along the lines. Somebody that has some influence.
For what?
Give me a history check first. This will be the remembery check.
Okay.
Remembery.
I don't know why I'm so good at history.
Because Drenmai is old.
Well, it falls into the intelligence, so it makes sense.
She's ancient
Math,
and she is justified.
math,
Justified and ancient.
25.
25. Okay. Now I just want you to give me, let me see. Give me another just a straight D20 roll.
Straight D20. Same roll as last time, 17.
17. You so you know of a local celebrity, and you say that, and it's kind of almost in quotes, almost. A local celebrity who is always going around with like this scrying orb around him, and he's known for playing games and having it sent out on the scrying orb, and he has like local merchants like pay him to like hawk their products. And he is known simply as Dark Master.
Dark Master. Okay.
Mhm.
I look at Eno and Sinuk and pointedly ignore. And
Brent.
sick. Come on, guys. We have work to do. Let's go.
Okay.
You can bring your food with you.
I don't have any this
Or
time.
wait, tea. Yeah, tea.
Tea. A cup of tea. A bucket of tea.
He tosses his 5-gallon jug of tea back. It's probably not
Wow.
5 gallons. I was just thinking of the biggest bucket I could think of, and I was working with a
It's like a
5-gallon
milk jug of tea.
milk. He tosses back his milk jug of tea.
I like it. A grolsch of tea.
So much tea.
I use prestidigitation to clean up the tea that's splashed on my my armor.
It feels like on Brent there is like a permanent prestidigitation of like keeping him clean.
like the tea hits it, but it immediately like beads up, like it's water, like waterproofing.
Rain X.
It's Gore-Tex, and it just like
We got Rain-X everywhere.
it rolls off.
Yeah.
Hate it.
My nerd brain went full old nerd on me, and I just started seeing these 0-point shields from Macross moving across like his body the entire time. Like, there's a stain incoming. Zing.
I like it.
Oh, Macros.
All right. So where would I go to find Mr. Darkmaster?
You know he doesn't generally broadcast in the mornings, so you would probably find him at his apartments, which is his mom's basement. There is an outside exit. There is outside entrance though. You don't have to go through mom's house. You can actually there's like you go down a flight of steps. You go in. He's got his own private entrance.
It should be noted that property value in Waterdeep is absurd, and most housing is multi-generational.
But-
That's a good point.
Yep.
Not out of the ordinary.
Mm-hmm. So, but yeah,
Is it just Sunak, and myself, or do I notice the other that is following?
the other.
Even out of character, you refuse to acknowledge him.
Brent is absolutely in lockstep with you.
So the entire time he's walking, he's like just behind you and just to the left, observing. Like it's almost like he's walking hands folded the entire time, walking, and the entire time just little notes. Occasionally he like whispers a little something to the quill, and the quill, and but it's like it's like it like won't write. And then you'll be standing there, and you'll look at him, and as soon as you look at him, you look back. Like every movement that you make and everything.
Did you hear Trent?
So so you would you have your entire little retinue there as you head off to Darkmaster's house.
Okay.
Did she say where we were going? Did
No.
you didn't say? All right. All right. So
All I did, I just said we don't need you here, Trent, and that was it.
Yeah, and he doesn't seem to have recognized that you spoke to him.
Yeah.
Or it would be more like a response like, "No, that's okay. I'll come along."
I think his name's
We don't
Brent.
need you here. Oh, but I insist.
No, but I'm coming.
No, you're fine. You can go away, Zent.
No.
I thought his name was Grant.
And like every time you get his name wrong on the red paper, things are happening.
Sunak has no idea what the two of you are doing. He's so confused. He's like, I thought he said his name was Brent. Isn't it Brent? Am I wrong?
He's Brett. You're correct.
And you get a little on the green on the good sheet. And it's all every time you've ever tried to glance, it's actually all like it's all like shorthand. So if you've ever seen like shorthand like notation,
it's in cipher.
yeah, it's like there's no vowels in shorthand. It's all like consonants and like there's like different symbols to represent sounds, so that way you can get like real time like transcription.
Even better, it has to be doctor writing. Have you
Oh, yeah,
seen
and it's
that?
illegible.
Oh, believe my father is a doctor. I know exactly what the manner of.
Yeah.
It's just like
So that whole doctor shorthand, like it may look like scribbles, but it actually makes sense to them.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's amazing.
and every doctor has their own shorthand. It's like
Yeah.
it is the wildest
Amazing.
thing.
It's a private language.
Truly.
You're like, fine, Gwent, we're going to a friend.
And this is why there's the Drenmai scale.
Yeah.
So you work your way around. You work your way around Waterdeep. You find you do find Darkmaster's house, and he and you come on down. It's like in a middle class neighborhood. It's definitely not up the hill where all like the really nice houses are. Like where this is like where like the nobility, and you have like this is more like on the edge of where like the nouveau rich, because Waterdeep has seen an influx. Before it was just like you had the nobles, they were the rich ones, and then you had everyone else. And over time, you've started having people who, through mercantile pursuits, were able to start moving their way up at least the economic food chain, if not the social food chain. And if you're not nobility, you will never be nobility. So there's always that little, oh, they're new money. So you have them, and like this is the neighborhood, like maybe like 2 neighborhoods before the new money. So it's almost like the smaller McMansions, where it's nice, but they all look the same. It's probably controlled by a neighbor, by was it a housing
A homeowners
a
association.
homeowners
Had an
association.
HOA.
Because
Really
there's like
loud.
all everything has to be within certain parameters. Um, so but you
Nothing has made me want to commit arson more than homeowners. Association.
so but you were able to go down between the 2 houses, and it's like the houses like all like look super nice, but you can if you really were to look at them, you'd see like, oh, it's okay, it's nice, it's not that big, and there's no yard, but you're able to go between the alley between the 2 houses. Thunuk, you do have to kind of just a little bit of a shimmy for the shoulders, and you're able to go around to the end of the alley, and you're able to take the stairway down to the door, which is Dark Master's apartment. I've got my own entrance,
Mm,
so
I will knock
I'm a
on the
big boy.
door.
Listen,
I know.
and
1, basements thermoregulate. They're awesome.
There
2,
they are.
have you seen the prices of houses in Waterdeep?
He's being smart. He's saving money living at home. There's nothing wrong with this. He's living his
Also,
best
we don't
life.
know his family situation. He could be needed at home.
So and like a minute goes by, and you hear like kind of like a shuffling, at the door. And door opens, and it's like you could tell he just woke up. You woke him up from a deep sleep, and is like he's wearing like these pajamas that are almost too big for him, and like black on black pajamas, but they're like have like all these like arcane symbols, but they're like fake arcane symbols.
Brian,
Yes.
did you want me to play him too? Or...
No. You just
Okay, all right. I wanted to make sure because I was like, did I miss a message?
No.
from you,
No.
Or...
No. You've got
Nope.
Brent.
That'll be fun.
I was like, wait a minute.
No. And like you could see it looks like almost like there's like makeup that was kind of like smushed, like not heavy, like not like he was wearing like heavily fully made up, but you gotta look good for the camera, so maybe that he didn't get it all off, and it's like bed head kind of like sticking up in every direction, and he looks out, doesn't see anyone. Oh. And he looks and he sees Eno. Oh. And then he sees Thunuk and he's like, oh.
Mm.
What's up, Dren?
I really want to picture that I know his like actual name. Like it's like, hi Frank. It completely ruins
I
the
told
mood.
you. I told you, it's Dark Master.
Star-Lord.
Gotta stay branding.
Legendary outlaw. Aww. My brand.
Dark Master. Just... What's up, Dren?
I need a favor. You see this asshole Gwent behind me?
No. And it's like because he's behind Thunuk, he really can't see it. Nah, but I'll take your word for it.
Okay, yeah, I've got this one. He's up my butt that we need to make money. So I
Alright.
need your help. I'll give you whatever favor you want. Just, I need help to get the word out. He wants us to basically like Mary Kay the situation. I don't know what the D&D equivalent would be. And we have to sell stuff because we owe him money.
You do.
Brent looked. Alright. So, like, I understand what you need. Like,
I need
me
you to
do.
be like promo, put on your whole thing and be as loud as possible and promote. Basically.
About what?
That's a good question, Front.
Told you 3 times. If you can't remember, it's not my problem.
He wants us to like do, sell like booth space for the festival and like, you know, contract out for advertising or that kind of stuff.
Revenue sharing.
Yeah, I was gonna ask what. So like a sponsor revenue share? Like,
Basically, I know it sounds boring.
nah, I understand. Listen, this is how you
I
create.
hate him so.
This is how you create the synergies that, like, let you think outside the box.
And then Brent like
you know.
leans around Thunuk in a very serpentine way, and like makes a note. Locks eyes with Dark Master.
Sup?
Good morning.
He's like, so you need help like selling like tickets and stuff like that.
Pretty much. It's really boring.
Yeah, we need to create a buzz.
Okay.
We need our signals boosted.
I can dig that. I get
Yeah.
it. I understand. Yeah. You're trying to go for the low-hanging fruit. Okay.
Maybe above the low-hanging
A
fruit.
little bit more. Okay.
Yeah.
So do you guys just like you just need me to like tell people to like buy your stuff? Like, all right.
Yep. I need you to get into your full livery and be your most best self.
All right. And then I get a favor?
I will owe you a favor.
Are you a witch streamer?
No, I left that platform.
Oh.
It wasn't.
I turned my back to you, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, nah, I had to leave that platform. It wasn't doing what it was supposed to do for me.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
I got a
what do you
better
wanna
deal.
know?
I got a better deal at this other one. It's like some big company started it, so I'm thinking I think this one's gonna be around to stay for a while.
It's probably Acquisition Incorporated.
Yeah.
Though.
No. Maybe. No. But they pay me a lot of money, so I think it's gonna be here to stay. I think it's gonna do all right. So, cool. All right. Well, I'm gonna be starting like in a little bit after. Ma, can you put some coffee on? And pancakes. No, but
there's a weird cat out here.
but not.
Weird cat outside.
No, I don't. Real pancakes, not those fake veggie one. No.
Get the fuck out of here, you weird cat.
I'll be able to start a little bit later. Where should I direct them? Is there like a place where I should send them?
I'm trying to think.
We want them to come to the candy.
Yeah, like we could be
Oh,
out
the Sugar
like, Candy
Smash.
Guys.
Yeah, the sugar smash.
Alright. Cool.
I just came up with it. Can it be Thy Scry for YouTube instead? Thy Scry.
What is it?
Thy. So thy, another word for you, and scry instead of tube because they don't have televisions. So Thy Scry.
Okay, sure.
Perfect. That makes perfect sense.
Nah. I don't want to work for Witch. I want to work for Thy Scry.
Zyscry. Zyscry. All right, we have
Sorry, I'm
Zyscry.
I'm a nice scryer.
I'm on Zyscry now. It's this new platform. It's pretty awesome.
It's so trendy. I like
That's
it.
awesome. Yeah.
That took me a minute to figure out what I wanted to name it.
He's like, yeah, all right. So you want him to buy like your tickets for the Sugar Smash tomorrow. Is there going to be like a merch booth there that I should send him to?
I'm
or-
sure we could put together merch.
All
Do
right.
like advertising, sponsorships, Oh, we could advertise something like an adventure.
I don't want an English muffin. And then go ahead. What was it?
We could do like adventure packs, package trips or something like that.
Oh,
We'll come
cool.
up with a bunch of different stuff.
All right. Is there allowed to be packs, or is that like not allowed anymore?
No,
Sorry, it's a really meta joke that's not really gonna hit very
it's
good.
really meta joke, and I was trying to come up. I was trying
Not
to come
gonna
up.
land.
I was
Dude,
trying to come
that
up.
one, that one didn't. That one,
Like,
that one
Didn't
didn't.
land.
That one didn't really. That joke didn't really land. We're gonna edit
We'll
that
call
out.
it the Bovid.
Oh my god.
All the cows. There's all the cows,
Oh,
man.
I hate
It came from the cows. The
The
bovine.
cows
hate
were
it.
just
The
sort of
bovid.
running through town. It was nuts.
It's like
Mhm.
a multi-level joke right there.
Yeah,
Mad
it's-
cow
It
and
went.
All the cows came streaming through, and now, we're not allowed to sell packs anymore. It's just. But I think we,
got
can get
there.
around
we
it.
got there.
We got there. So, yeah. Cool. Yeah, all right. I'll start doing that later today. I think we can do that.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right.
That'll give us some time to go get stuff.
Okay. I gotta go, start preparing myself. All right. I'll see you guys. Nice meeting you, everyone, I think. All right. And he, sort of backs away, closes the door.
Bye, Frank.
It's Dark Master!
ruining my brand.
Stop ruining my brand! My fans have an expectation!
I love the idea of this dude is because Scry is not a low level spell. Being absurdly powerful and this is the route that he's decided to take
Yep.
with wizardly power.
So, all right. So, at that point, you feel like you've concluded a successful negotiation with Dark Master Frank, and yeah. So now, actually this would be a really good point for us to take our mid game break.
And break.
Yeah, so we're gonna do a break, and then we'll come back and see how the rest of their daily observation and auditing goes as the team continues to try to generate some monies, which I did a quick little bit of math on that, and the amount is actually closer to 70,000 gold.
Jesus Christ.
It's a sizable chunk. So, but listen, if you can, there's a lot of ways to approach this problem. But we will talk about how we're going to approach this problem later in about a few minutes after we go do things. So thanks everyone for watching the first half. We'll be right back with more Team X Dungeons and Dragons, so stay tuned.
Bye-bye.
Hey, and we're back.
Oh my god, I didn't see you there.
Hey. Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. And we're going to play some more Dungeons and Dragons. Thank you for joining us for the second half of today's game. When we last left our protagonists, they had they had discovered that they are 140% in the red with Acquisitions Incorporated. Basically, costs have outstripped revenues at this point. There's a lot of revenue-generating things that are happening, but just not as much as maybe is being spent in some cases. Maybe it's just not. The liquidity isn't where it needs to be. The P/E ratio could be tweaked a little bit. There's a lot of math to figure out here. But they learned all this through corporate consultant Brent, played by none other than our blind cleric. Because at the beginning of the game, Hugon got sucked or willingly leapt into battle of some kind, told everyone not to follow him, and then leapt gleefully into war. But we've so as part of the plan to help generate revenue, we know that there's the Sugar Slam on the following day, and there's going to be like the end of the Evertide Gala and awards dinner following that evening, where there's going to be opportunities to generate some revenue. So it's basically the team is being monitored and audited in real time by Brent right now to determine whether the license is going to be up for grabs by someone else, because there's other people might want to get their hands on that license. So they're looking at doing sponsorship sales for their livery when they go on to the field of battle in the Sugar Smash. They've just made contact with Dark Master, who is going to help them sell seats and tickets and send people to the merch booth to buy various packs of things, travel packages, t-shirts, pins, things like that. Various accoutrements. And they know that they're also going to have to go to the awards dinner and use that as an opportunity to try to open up new means of revenue generation out of the actual Pinedale branch itself. They also know that along the day there is Brent was able to share with you that there has been an appointment made for the team specifically, and he was looking at Thunuk when he told you this. That there is an appointment for you this afternoon at Esther Wild and Clunk's, which is a tailor, a clothery, where appropriate adornment can be attained for such an event of as the ball itself, as the gala, because this is not a thing where you're going to walk in wearing armor. It's not the kind of thing where you're just going to wear whatever you need to dress to impress, and that's something that needs to happen as well. But now you have left Frank Darkmaster, Frank Darkmaster's basement apartment, and secured some promotion. So now it is time to figure out how you're going to do the rest of this. You probably have about 2 hours before you need to go to your appointment at Esther Wild and Clunk's for your clothing selection, measurement, and fittings.
But he wants us clean, right?
Well, that would sort of go... well, listen, it clean, yes, as in not smelling would be ideal.
No, clean.
But
scoured.
I will say the scoured, clean, but there's also you could be going for what was it called? Derelict. That could be the look that you're going for, because the Evertide Gala is a formal event, but it also allows for some creativity in dress. It is one of those things where you do try to make there is a bit of a grand show of one-upsmanship in dress. Not always ostentatious, just there's various ways that people have interpreted that, but the idea is to show some creativity and show yourself, but still also be presentable and not
then
look.
I'll take the opportunity to go back to our lodging and scrub up, I guess.
Oh, for the for the fitting. Yeah, you should be clean for the fitting. That would be
fitting.
to be clean for the fitting.
Ah,
It would be fitting.
And
Being clean would suit you well.
Brent will go to Buck and Buck activate scouring protocol 4. Please see to Dren.
And as Dren is walking back to the inn, like a shop vac aperture or like little appendage comes out of Buck, and he's like trying to get
I
like,
start running away from him.
and he's keeping pace, and he's just trying to get like the big chunks, you know. And there's like a distance. There's like a good like foot or two at any given time as Buck's trying to follow, as like Dren's like jinking and weaving. But there's like almost like a stream of like fine dust that is that is coming from Dren. Every now and again, there's like the sound of like, if you've ever seen heard a vacuum like suck up like a larger piece of something, like a Lego, or where it's like, you know, it's like a rattle as it picks up a larger
You
chunk of
accidentally get that marble.
it's something, but it's, or even something they smell. You don't see it. You think, oh, it's a little piece of dust, you know, and it goes, it gets sucked up.
Like, stop! I might need that later.
I don't know what that was yet. But he's trying to do his best to get some of the road grime. You know, it's like the precursory, just knock the bad stuff off before you get into the deep clean. So, Drenmai, have you all followed Drenmai as this is happening, or is this you guys are going to do...
Well, I'm not gonna go to her room, but
No.
you know, I'll go to my room and have a bath drawn.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell the would I tell the front desk, hey, can you have some hot water brought up?
Well, yeah, there are bath rooms.
Or is there like
well, there's
hot
like
water,
No,
running
it's-
water?
it's like, so the second floor of the inn where the rooms are,
Mhm.
there's also individual bath rooms. Not one, not a privy, but it's basically like a stone tub that they, if you say, hey, I need to get, can you arrange for that? They will bring and make sure that the water is hot, and there's, you know, some soap there, and it's a private room, so it's not a communal thing. I mean, unless you
Okay.
want it to be. I mean, and they are quite large, these stone tubs. So I mean, it's not large enough to fit Thunuk comfortably, but Thunuk could fit into one. They probably found one the size that, you know, there's probably like the honeymoon suite one, which is like the jacuzzi sized one, which is probably where they would put Thunuk. And even then, Thunuk would be sitting there, and like the knees would probably still be like, you know, out of the water, you know.
He's in the Goliath suite.
Yeah. Well, I mean, listen, it's Waterdeep. They are, you know, urbane, and they know that, you know, there's larger folks that need, you know, last time, you know, there was some plane skipping and Grog came through. They needed some room to put him. You know, this is not an uncommon thing. So, yes, so you're able to go and have a nice bath. Various levels of slick left on top of the water when you're done. Like, Eno, I imagine, is kind of like, all right, you know, bath, road dirt, whatever. I can't imagine, like, with Drenmai, it would probably be like, you'd probably have like the little swirls of like the rainbow looking oil whenever you have like oil or gasoline that falls into the water.
Yeah, I'm using my mage hand to like clean my horns because I can't. It's hard for me to reach all the way back. So, you know, the mage hand has a cloth and it's like.
Or is it more like, you know what? I could do this, but I'm just gonna relax and soak in this half bath. Could you get the tips? Could you get the?
Well, yeah, it's like back there, and it's like it's really hard to reach back
Yeah.
there. And then
And there's the section like right where the horn meets the skull, where, you know, you really want to get in
Yeah.
there because it gets a little itchy there. You know, stuff, a little dry skin. You know, Thunuk, I imagine the first time you're in there, it basically just turns to mud, and they have to like drain it and like have to
Well, he did have a bath recently, with last week or two.
That's true.
But no, yeah, it would probably seem like a mass exodus of critters that are hiding on his person that he carries with him at all times, to some degree or another. Like he has taken out the ones that he knows that he has carrying around on him, like whatever patient he has to happens to be working on at the time. In this case, it's a small weasel, with a broken paw, and he has set it aside. And the weasel, and like various other like critters, like very creepy crawlies, sort of like float to the top of the water, like because they're just he is a biome.
After this bath is complete, Brent takes a look at you and goes, Buck, scour Protocol 7. You may wish to get back in the water.
Okay.
And it looks like what could only be described as like the unholy combination of a lamprey's mouth and a loofah comes out of
Starts
Buck,
spinning.
and it just like rotates. It just excretes you clean.
It's the hygiene version of a bench grinder. Just
Yeah, it's like you're being belt ground clean.
It's
Truly,
like
your
if you've
skin
ever seen
precious
if you've
layer
ever
of
seen them
power, yeah.
take like the forge scale off of a knife, like at the end it looks great. But you have all revealed your skin's freshest layer, and you're feeling clean. The skin feels tight, and maybe the finger's a little wrinkly, and yeah, you're able to. You want to make your way down to your appointment to Esther Wild and Clunks, which is one of the finer clothiers in Waterdeep. And as you walk up, so the shop is it's a quaint little place. It has like the arched paned windows, and they've got examples of some of their wares like, on mannequins in the window, and it's a red painted sign, a red enameled sign hanging up front there, with like a needle and thread and a thimble stylistically put on there in an appropriate way. And a couple steps up gets you into the front door, and you can you walk in, little bell over the door. The place, every church kind of smells the same way. If you've ever been in a church, I don't know, I don't want to assume that you have, but churches all have like a smell to them, and not a bad smell. It's basically like a smell of like old wood and just paper, I guess. And I don't know, I really can't describe the smell unless you've been in one, and then you're like, oh, I get it. This
is a unique experience that I will not be able to
I
appreciate.
was about to say, I've been to very many different churches, so I'm gonna have to disagree unless it's like
maybe it's only Protestant churches. I don't know.
yeah, yeah,
Clean.
because yeah,
No, it's clean, but it's not like not
No,
like bleach
but,
clean.
I mean, the churches you've been to have been clean.
yeah.
Oh,
I can experience. I mean, like there's some flavorful, we'll say.
This isn't on the this isn't on the
Yeah.
this isn't on the redolent with spices end of things. This is on the more just there. Anyway,
Not all churches have AC, and in the South.
yeah, this is true. So I'm dealing with churches in the Northeast, and it, yeah. But anyway, it has an old smell to the place. We'll say that it hasn't, not musty, but it smells like it's been there for a while. It has an age to it, and from the curtain in the back, and you can see there's like on it's like built-in cabinets or with shelving everywhere, and they have different kinds of fabrics in different colors and hues, and it's all arranged very color coordinated. The colors all fade in the appropriate graduation of color, like from very dark blue to very light blue, and so and from a deep almost blood red to almost like a white that's almost pink. All the different colors, and it's very very organized, and everything's very neatly folded, and there's a little counter and there's a little stand for people to stand in front of the three-way, not the three-way mirror, but what I'm talking about, like the if there's like a mirror and then there's like two on the side, so that way you'll be able to see from different angles, and if you turn you can actually see your back, and green curtain separates this part from the back, and you can hear some work happening in the back. And this ancient kobold wearing a waistcoat and like little spectacles on the end of his nose comes hobbling out with a cane. Are you my 230? You must be. Welcome. How may I help you today?
I was gonna say who in particular is he
Yeah.
looking at?
Kind of like the entire group. He's taking in the entire group. Are you
You're
here
like-
for new suits? And he looks
I
at
don't
you,
know,
Thunnick, and he goes,
ask
I certainly
friends
hope you
over
are.
there. I don't know why I'm here.
I
They
think
are
we're
your 230. They are here for new clothing. Some
Yeah.
tailored.
Ah, this is for the gala.
It is.
The
yes.
gala clothing.
Uh,
Well, here's what we shall do. The first we must do is we must discover your essence, who you are, in order for us to construct the proper clothing. That way the outside shall reflect the inside. That is most important. Then we shall take measurements. We shall find out which fabrics you shall use, and then we shall craft something to your specifications. Who would like to go first?
I shoved the nook in front of me because I don't want him to touch me.
the gnome Drenmai will be going first.
I take a step back.
Well,
just really slowly.
Does getting at my essence involve taking
Oh
stuff
no!
out of me?
Euphemism.
not usually, but if you want to, we have done so in the past.
No, that's okay.
Okay.
Also, Thunnick probably has a strange sheen to him that he has never before possessed.
Yeah, he's not as coarse as he's used to being.
Yeah.
It's very
Like he's been
disturbing.
smooth with some fine grit sandpaper.
The air feels a little strange on the skin.
Yeah.
Gideon can attest to this. The first time you've ever shaved your head, there's
It's
a
weird.
feel, and it's awesome. It's weird, but it's awesome, and it kind of might feel that way. Having it's been scoured down, as well. You certainly
Trust
look.
me, I wanted to have a Britney Spears moment. And just,
Do it.
it gets hot.
And he says, well, let us start with you, because you certainly look like you might need, at least aesthetically, the most work. I'm sure you're a lovely person. Tell me, who are you?
Oh, hi. Giant handout. I'm Thunnick A. Gentle Trunk. Nice to meet you.
Thunnick A. Do we know what the A stands for?
I think it's literally just a gentle trunk.
A gentle trunk. Oh my
A
god, it's
gentle trunk.
amazing! I love it.
Actually, he doesn't. I know he doesn't know. His mother never told him.
Oh, okay. Well, he and you have to because kobolds are like just maybe a little bit bigger than Drenmai sized. Yeah, the kobolds are so like you're like bending down, and so he takes like the finger and it's very nice to meet you, gentle Mr. Gentle Trunk. Tell me about yourself. Who are you?
I'm Thunnick A. Gentle Trunk.
Not just your name, but who are you at your core? Who do you wish to be? How do you see yourself in the world?
what do you like? I'll whisper it to Nook.
Oh, what do I like? Oh, okay.
Scrambles up.
I like I like trees, and I like animals, and I like people, and I like
what?
spider legs are tasty, and I like food and beer and I had Snail coffee recently. That was good. And we went to this place that was a candy store.
Birds.
Oh, birds. I like birds. I take care of birds and animals. I'm like a doctor. I'm a cleric of the Four. That's important. It's very important. Do you know about the Four? The Four are important.
I do not believe I know about the Four. And he's been taking notes the entire time. He's, you know,
the Four are everything. They're everything. You probably don't even know you know the Four. They're like they're the summer and the spring and the fall and the winter. They're the night and the morning and the afternoon and blah 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 blah.
I think I understand. Have you heard about the Four? Have you heard the good news about the Four?
I just dropped my D20 and it was on a 4. I just want to let you guys know.
It means something. And he goes, "Tell me, what is your favorite tree?" We shall get to the core of your being.
Think about the nicest ones, the ones that are always nicest to you.
The nicest to me, or the nicest one we've ever seen, because there was that one that we saw in the Shadow Realm.
That is true. We did see the one in the Shadow Realm, but I
That
think
was
the ones
very
that we should stay on this realm, though.
Oh,
Okay.
you do not need to stay in
And
it.
the ones
No,
that
just
talk nice to you.
think outside the box. What is your favorite tree? First answer that comes to mind.
That I'm not allowed to have a favorite tree because they're all good trees.
Oh, but certainly we all know that you like one just a little bit more than the others.
All right.
It'll be our secret,
Okay.
I promise.
Oh, but no, and he's just like he's really acting like he has no favorites, and like he can't possibly tell you that he has a favorite. He starts leaning in, trying to be as sneaky as the Nook can. I really like apple trees because I like to eat apples. They're good.
Very nice. I understand. And
Don't
your
tell
aunt.
anyone.
Oh
Tell
no,
the other
it'll be
trees.
our little secret. I promise. We're just trying to
Okay.
find out who you are at your core.
Okay, so I'm not supposed to have favorites. You know,
No,
that's
no,
my
no,
job.
of
You see,
course
as a
not.
cleric of the Four, we should never have favorites.
No, of course not. Tell me, what is your favorite color?
Oh.
Or
have you ever
rather,
seen it?
let me rephrase. In this moment,
Yes.
what is your favorite season? It doesn't have to be this season. Whatever your favorite season is.
Out of character, what season is it?
Summer.
Oh. Summer.
Excellent. He's making more notes here.
And
What is
As
it
he
that you
says that-
dream for most in this world? What is your ultimate goal, do you think?
oh.
As a living being on this realm.
Okay, I know this one. Well, actually, I don't know this one. I actually, kind of took care of a couple of those things already. But, let's see. I wanted to find my family. I found my family. And then I ran into my old teacher, my master. Turns out that was, turns out he's not dead. That was very, surprising. What? I could always stand to be closer to the Four. Yes. I want to be closer to the Four, and understand them better. Apparently, they can't talk to each other, which is very confusing because they're supposed to be able to talk to each other. They're the Four, after all, and they don't even know that each other exists. Did you realize that? That's very strange.
It is a strange world we live in.
Very much. I had Moss that talked to me that was rude. It said bad things about my mom. Believe that? Moss, rude.
They're normally so gentle.
Yes. Yes, they are.
And will this be your first suit?
What is a suit?
And he gestures to some of the examples in the windows. It is clothing that is made specifically for you. In this case, specifically for an occasion. So that
Alright.
way you may look your best and present your best self to the people around you.
I'm extremely surprised that clothing is made specifically for people. I did not know this was a thing.
It is my stock in trade.
All all the clothes I have ever had have been bits and pieces of other clothes.
I can see.
I am excited. This is new. Do I get to wear these new for me clothes all the time?
If you so desire. You should probably clean them every now
Yes.
and again.
Oh, okay. How do you,
Yes,
Tell
this is
me.
happening.
This
I
is
will need to know
happening.
how to clean these because usually is there a special way to clean these? Because usually I just take my clothes into like.
Oh, we shall give you all the instructions you need.
Oh,
if-
great.
If you would not mind, if you could please step over onto the plinth. And he gestures to the little raised platform by the mirrors.
Okay, and he very excitedly hops up like you know when a child has been told to stand on this thing because it's a bouncy thing and they hop on it like
Mhm.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's no bouncing.
Oh.
But he's still excited. Something's happening. He hops up there. He's like, all right, let's do this.
He does that, and he says something in Kobold, which is a language very similar to Draconic. And some of his assistants come out, and they too are wearing waistcoats of various colors and fits, and they all have like the tape measures around their necks and little notepads. And the one looks at you and the one starts like scurrying up you and starts taking measurements like around the neck, and then like realizes that some of them they're not going to fit, so they have to like tie two of like the tape measures together so they can get all, and they start taking measurements. And then he turns the kobold in charge turns to you, Eno, and says, "Sir, perhaps we should go with you now. We want to make sure we have proper clothing for you as well. Tell me, who are you?"
My name is Eno. I'm a bard.
What is your chosen instrument? Or what is your preferred instrument?
I would have to say, I guess the one I play the most is the lute, and he's got his lute.
Ah.
This strums a chord.
Very nice. Who are you at your core, do you feel? Who do you feel like the world sees you as? How do you see yourself in the world?
That's a lot of questions.
Oh, yes, but it is not a small question.
Who do I see myself in the world as? A bringer of justice.
Ah, I see. What is your favorite fruit?
A plum.
Oh, interesting. What is a song you love but would never like to hear again?
I know some gets on everybody's.
I was going to this is a song that never ends. It's a small world
No.
after all.
No.
A song that I love but I never want to hear again. I once wrote a song with my sister.
Oh. Does the song have a name? You do not need to sing it or share it, but does the song have a name?
No, it doesn't.
The Nameless Song. What is your favorite color?
Fire.
Is that evening fire or morning fire?
Wildfire.
Ah. In the summer or in the winter?
The winter.
Very well done. If you could only eat with one eating utensil the rest of your life, which utensil would that be?
A spork!
We'll come to you in a moment, young lady.
Chopsticks!
A spoon.
Spoon. Excellent. Excellent. Well, once Master Gentle Trunk is finished with his measuring, we shall have you step up and we shall take your measurements as well.
Very well.
Yes. And he turns to you, Drenmai, and he says, "Now, young lady, who are you?"
Ta-da! That's all she does.
How far have you ever swam in one sitting, in one effort?
Let's say, don't sit. I did get chased by a dragon once, and I had to cross a lake. It took me 3 hours, so I don't know how big that is.
3 hours, one lake. How long can you hold your breath?
7 minutes.
Like, no hesitation.
Write that down.
Oh, I did.
Duly noted.
How many of you could you fit into a cabinet if absolutely required?
There's only me. So me.
Interesting.
Figure this was like a
One
theological question
per
or something.
cabinet. You can either live underground or you can live in a cloud. But in either
Underground.
case, very well, underground. These are all very. This is someone who knows themselves very well. You may undo one thing in history, but it cannot be something that you have done. And it cannot be anything that has touched food.
By undo, do you mean that I can reverse something that might have existed?
Yes.
The mask.
Like the god?
No. Your
Oh.
mask. and
Oh,
stuff.
okay. Well, all right.
I was thinking of
No, I
Jim
don't want to
Carrey
get
movie.
rid of gods. That might piss another god off.
that might have some repercussions. And so he's making some notes here, and he says, and at this point, Thunic, they've gotten some decent measurements on you. They've been making their little notes and little scritches and everything, and they continue to do so. You with Eno, they're up there again, taking all the measurements. They get measurements of the horns. They actually bring out like it looks like a wooden version of like the French curve templates used for drafting and whatnot. They bring that out so they can get they're getting the proper curvature of the horns. And you see this, they do something that most tailors do not do. They measure both horns. They do not assume that your horns are symmetrical because, as we know, one horn is always about a half size larger than the other.
No, they are different.
Yeah, and they're unique. And Drenmai, I imagine this is almost like a wrestling match when they go to measure you, where it's.
Oh yeah, she was all up for the questionnaire type thing because that was interesting. This like touching me and measuring me. No, this is like if you were trying to put a suit on, like
a cat.
An angry badger.
yeah, a
An angry
very
badger.
angry honey badger or something. It's not
Yeah,
gonna go well.
there's like a deep growl.
He's just,
There's growling.
shitting everywhere. Just
Yeah, it's not. It's
At
not.
one
it's
point, they had to
not
like
good.
chase you up on top of like one of the shelves because it was just like.
Mhm.
But somehow they're able to keep pace, and somehow they're able to get the measurements that they need off of you. And now the kobold in charge, he says, "Now, What fabric would you like to have your suit made of? And that will determine what colors are available to you. Or perhaps you would rather choose a color first and we can show you what fabrics are available to you.
Mithril.
Not available, unfortunately, for this particular engagement.
Because
I have this, however, and he goes over to like, there's like a row of like, it's grayscale, going from like almost like a charcoal to very, very, very light gray, and it has a bit of a shininess to it. It is fabric. It doesn't, and it doesn't necessarily have like metal in it, but there are some that fall within that color scale of mithril. Like, would something along this lines would this be appropriate?
I only went that way because of the he was picking up. I don't think color actually registers to Dren.
Mm-hmm.
So, she would just like kind of shake her head and wave her hand at all of the stuff and be like, I honestly don't. You.
2 buttons or 3?
I hate buttons, so unless they're the
11.
pretty kind.
I hate
So,
buttons. Well, we'll give you 11.
I hate them all.
And any preference on the lining?
What's that? No.
It's the material on the inside.
No. I'm gonna wear this for all of 5 minutes.
Very well.
And Brent leans in and goes, the gala dinner is about a 4.5 hour.
Fine,
Very
I'm wearing it for 4.5 hours and not a millisecond more.
And then there will be the painting, sitting,
No.
and then the negotiations.
No.
He seems to take a great deal of joy in your discomfiture.
Oh, I have no doubt.
Eno, he turns to you. Would you prefer to choose first your fabric or your color?
How about the fabric?
Very well. What kind of feel are you going for? Do you have a thread count in mind?
I like leather.
Leather. Excellent. Very hearty.
And apart from that, it's,
Oh, I have some
Probably
ideas. I think I can
silk.
make work with this. And silk. Oh, we could do silk for the
yeah,
lighting.
silk and leather.
Excellent. I think we can do this. 2 buttons or 3?
3.
3 buttons. Excellent. Excellent choice. Very stylish. Mr. Gentle Trunk, would you prefer to choose your fabric first, or would you prefer to choose your color first?
New fabric?
New fabric. Excellent.
I mean, this is going to be a new clothes for me, so why would I want not new fabric?
Well, we wouldn't use used fabric unless you preferred vintage. That is an option.
It's vintage.
Used.
Oh, well, I'm used to used. I don't really.
Now we
want
shall.
anything
Let us student do. Let us try something different for you. 2
Okay.
buttons or 3?
buttons. How many can I have? Just 2 or 3?
Well, that is the style.
I don't want to be greedy, so 2.
2 buttons.
Can I have 3?
3 buttons for me means only 1 button for someone else. You can't have that.
Actually, it's suddenly occurs to me. Can I have 4? Can I have 4 buttons?
We can do 4 buttons. Certainly.
Greed. For the first time, greed enters Thunuk's heart.
He is no longer pure and no longer has a connection to the 4.
Lawful evil.
I have all of the buttons. I am the button lich.
I am fucking Christ.
Well, he did specifically ask for 4 buttons.
And he says, what would you prefer for the lining?
I don't understand.
would you prefer I just take care of that for you?
Yes, please.
Okay, excellent.
You
And
are
would
the
any of
expert.
you prefer any special modifications to your new suits?
Bling! What can you do?
There is much. Usually the imagination is the limit. Well, I mean, there are practical limits, but tell me what you envision, and I'll tell you if we can adapt that or not.
I need lots of pockets. I need to have them bottomless space. So if you can have it as a bag of holding basically in each pocket, that would be great. I need to have them food and waterproof. I also need them to be able to carry an animal for whatever reason. You don't question me. I need them to be able to carry books. I need to have.
Brent leans in and goes, "No."
Oh, no. I think there's some accommodations we can make here in this
Pockets,
area.
yes. Everything else, no.
Anything else, Miss Gemweaver?
Nah, that's fine.
Okay.
I can fix it later.
Master Eno. Any special modifications you would like made to your new suit?
Yeah, like, I think I'd like a nice place to put a dagger. I could hide a dagger.
Well, I
there.
can certainly say that you will not need a dagger at this event. Such behavior would be uncouth, but I believe we can create some extra storage.
Yeah. Because like I like to carry an extra set of loot strings, you know,
yes,
just
of
in case.
Of
Um,
course.
And yeah, I guess that's about it.
Do you have a preferred lootery within Waterdeep?
And like thinks he's talking about like taking things from people. He's like lootery. Oh, right, lootery. Yeah, it's that place down on down near the dock. Yeah.
Have Parties, I believe, is the name of the place. He is an excellent craftsman. But the truth be told, his wife is doing all the work. He just sits there drunk and takes up all the adulation.
I know. I've had many conversations with her.
Well, thank you very much for that. And Master General Trunk, would you prefer to have any modifications to your new suit?
I might need a pocket for if I have like a patient that I'm taking care of to bring with me, and maybe a few pockets for like where I can put my medicines in case people get sick, so I can take care of people.
Ah. A traveling apothecary.
How did you know?
You told me.
Oh yeah.
So he finishes making all these notes, and you see he gets everything kind of in order, and gets all the papers together. Does the whole, taps them, gets them all lined up, and says, "Very well. Your suits will be delivered after the sugar rush, after the sugar bash tomorrow, in time for you to attend the gala. If there's any additional changes or requests that you have, please get them to me as soon as possible. Once we actually start the construction of the suit, further modifications become more problematic and difficult, and we wouldn't want to damage the style in favor of form, especially in an event like this. But we'll have them sent over to your rooms tomorrow." And he then turns and starts chattering with the other kobold assistants there, and you can see they start grabbing. I guess is it called a skein of fabric? I know it's a skein of yarn, but isn't a large thing?
Yeah.
A bolt. It's a bolt of fabric.
Bolt.
Bolt.
I agree. So they start pulling bolts of fabric down, and no. And he's like, and they're like, you can see there's some debate here, and they've gone into kobold phrased shop talk about the with the thing, and you can see that the appointment is basically over at this point. So yes, now you are left to figure out how you're going to continue generating revenue and sponsorships for the for your livery and for
Yay!
for the sugar bash. Now you do know that you will need to put in a request for your adapted weapons because, as you know, this is all non-lethal combat that you will be engaged in. So any melee weapons that you want will be constructed for you in a non-lethal fashion. Magics are limited. You do know that magics for this contest will be limited to non-lethal varieties. In other words, you will not be able to truly kill someone in there.
You can only spark fart them.
Well, that is one of them that's allowed. You do know that your spells, though, will be specially modified by the arena itself to be non-lethal. So that way you're not accidentally or purposefully disintegrating someone in the middle of a charity event.
Oops.
No disintegrations.
No disintegrations.
My bad.
As you wish.
I like how it's like, not again.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
It's
like,
you are-
quit.
Stop it. This isn't helping.
Every time we hire you, you fucking atomize them. Knock it off.
As you wish. Yeah, I couldn't be bothered either way, so all right, you want to do this the hard way? Sure. Yeah, so you do know you'll need to put some requests in for that, but now you're basically left to the rest of the afternoon to figure out how you're going to continue to generate revenue. You know, the 3 metrics have been sponsorship sales, the buy rate for the Sugar Slam itself that you can attribute to Acquisitions Incorporated, specifically Team X efforts. And then, you know, finally at the end of all this at the gala, the 3rd metric will be how well your diplomacy goes at the actual gala in terms of opening up new trade avenues.
What about flyers? I turn to Dren and I say, should we put up flyers?
I was just thinking, you know, something along the same thing, and then I was thinking maybe like post something like that, like big visibility. We're both spoke.
With what?
Bullshit? I'm trying to think of like what spells I have that could also accommodate making something glaringly obvious that we want attention. Oh, like dancing lights. See, I could put a bunch of colorful lights around. Could do that. Flyers, posters.
I can put my stick up, the thing that I hang my words and medallions off of, and we can put stuff on there. And
There we go.
yeah,
We need tchotchkes. Lots of tchotchkes.
All of the
I wanna-
tchotchkes.
I want to use minor illusion
Mm-hmm.
periodically to put up like a little like illusionary sign that lasts for a minute. Like every time I point to like a wall
Mm-hmm.
or like or the side of a carriage or something,
Mm-hmm.
so that it's not like, you know, a permanent thing that's vandalism or anything, but it's like this sign that says, you know, come to the Sugar Rush, see the Acquisitions Incorporated team, cheer them on to victory, you know, that sort of thing. But it's just like I just point here, point there, and then it has like just a date and the time on it, of course.
Would it look like the old, like, you know, like the old screened concert posters? It's always like the tie-dye or rainbow background, and it's like the black and white, like, oh, it's the Who and the Beatles, and you know they never actually played together anywhere, but it was, you know.
The font is like candy, so like all the letters are candy like letters, like
Candyland.
corn, candy corns and fireballs and like, you know,
Licorice.
candy canes. Yeah, like the R is a candy cane. You know, that sort of thing.
I love it.
So, yeah.
Okay, so you're casting your minor illusion and you're
Yeah,
causing.
I'm just sort of like periodically, like every couple minutes, I'm pointing to a different wall, and then this like illusionary sign is going up. And I point to. I think, does that look good to you? Just
Oh
point.
yeah, and I'll start casting dancing lights around it.
Okay.
So
So every
there's,
time, yeah,
4
the
different
dancing
colored
lights, so it's like-
that are like
So for like a whole minute, you have like a poster. It just appears with all these like little disco lights all around it, and then it just goes away.
Yep.
And people wonder, did I actually see that poster or did I not? I don't know. I can't remember anymore.
There's a carriage going by. I have that right over there, Dren.
Like right on the bumper.
Yeah.
Hopefully
Uh,
nobody has epilepsy.
Well, no, Dancing Lights doesn't go at that frequency. It goes at a fast enough frequency, so
It's
you
not
don't have.
dancing strobes.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, not dancing. Here's our warning label lights. It's it's relatively it's a safe thing. It's relatively safe. So
These days.
these days, back in the day when it was back when it was made from asbestos, you don't even want to know. Cool. All right.
What if we shout it? Like I can make my voice really loud.
That's true. You're basically like our own megaphone, so that could work.
Should I do it now?
Where are we sending them to? Oh, we're
Yeah,
sending them
where-
to the candy place. Yeah. Well, we're gonna be outside the candy place, so yeah, we could do that. Just say, "Come to the candy source."
The Sugar
So-
Rush Brothers.
Sugar Rush Brothers.
Is that where it is?
Well, there's actually an arena set up.
Is the arena have a name?
Probably just called the Sugar Bash Arena.
The Sugar Bash Arena.
Yeah, it's like a temporary construction. It's not like they have it up all the time. It's like built specifically for this.
It's the fairgrounds.
Yeah, it's at the fairgrounds. Yeah, I think that'd be fair. Get it? No, it'd be at the fairgrounds. It's the Sugar Rush or the Sugar Bash, Sugar Slam. Excuse me, Sugar Bash, Sugar Slam Arena. And I don't know why I can't talk today.
It'll be a sugary affair. So yeah, like I go onto the street corner and I use thaumaturgy, and I go, come all to the Sugar Bash Arena for the Sugar Rush Brothers against Elminster's Magic Sweet Shop, and then it's Sunday. Come watch the Acquisitions Incorporated team cheer them on to victory.
Sponsored by AI.
Sponsored by Acquisitions Incorporated.
Did we mention Acquisitions Incorporated?
Tickets available. May I please have your attention? And as you're doing, and so are you just in the middle of the street? Did you find like a square to do this? Like where are you doing this?
Yeah, like I found a busy street corner and
Yeah.
and then I started shouting.
Because it's not his first time at busking, right? This is like, he's
Yeah.
used to this. This is you know what corners to find in order to get the most bang for your buck. And as you're everyone give me a perception check.
All right.
Perception.
Oh, that's right. It's
Bad.
shit.
Oh wait, I'm bad at that.
Oh, now
14.
it's worse. Oh,
I have a 14.
A
I
14.
got an unnatural 20.
No natural, dirty 20.
Yeah.
A 1. Well, okay,
it
so
was a 2,
a 2.
but I have -1 perception. It's
so
a 1.
Drenmai is in ideation mode right now, right? She's like, wait, there's a problem. I need to solve the problem. So she's just like running. She's going into brainstorm mode.
I imagine I'm probably sitting with the Nook, and then I'm thinking about stuff, so I'm not paying attention.
Thunuk and Eno, as you're making this announcement, you see a carriage come by, and it too has a poster on it, and it says Sugar Bash, or annual Sugar Bash. Come watch the resplendent travelers destroy Team X.
Oh God, not them.
And at the bottom it just says, because we're just better. We do what they can't. And then you start looking around and you start noticing that there's a lot of those posters around now.
Are they posters or
Some of them are. Some of them are. Some of them look like they might be winking out, so it's a similar setup that you guys were using with the prestidigitation. Was that what it was? That was
minor
illusion.
yeah.
But some of them are actually like, full on posters that have been, stuck up on walls and on the sides of things, and people are walking around carrying them like they got them from somewhere. But yes, and each one of them seems to have like a different childish derogatory thing about Team X and about why the resplendent travelers are better. We're better groomed. We're better in polite company.
These posters are rude.
Brent is taking notes.
One says. One just
Says gurgle, gurgle.
One says fart.
One just says sounds like a wet fart. There's one that says, because our bard can sing.
Are there any like?
There's another one that
Razzie-
says, because trees are stupid.
Are there any braziers or like open fires nearby, like torches or anything?
I'm sure you could find one for like it's middle of the summer, so no one's got like a barrel filled with fire. So you might be able to find one if you look hard enough.
Get your discount
And, like,
fire.
Yeah.
Discount fire.
How many posters are like around me right now? Like within about 120 feet of where I'm at right now.
And let me see here. Let's do this. Let us do within 120 feet of you.
Free pitchfork with the purchase of 10 torches.
Yeah.
Free range fire.
You see 68 of them. One
68
of them
of
does says, because technology is awful.
I'm so glad I don't notice any of these.
So I'm gonna cast animate objects,
Okay.
and I'm gonna take 10 of these things, and
Mhm.
I'm gonna send them into the nearest fire.
Okay. And as you rip them down, you see like behind them is just another flyer right behind them that says like
God
virtually
damn.
the same thing. But it's like you can see there's like a list of like little insults that they had on there, and it's kind of like a rotating thing. Like they only printed up so many insults. It wasn't like it's unlimited, but it's just like, so you take the one down and you took 10 down, and then right behind it, it's like you tear it down and it's as if you didn't take it down.
So it's like a Looney Tunes scenario.
Yeah, exactly, very much.
Oh.
Like rip it down. It's always like the wanted poster.
Duck season.
Yeah,
Rabbit season.
it's very Eno to blow your 5th level spell slot on a role play.
I approve.
Yeah. So he's like just angry. He starts getting a little angry, but then
Brent looks at Team X and is like, well, I'll need to talk with corporate, but I don't think we can kill them.
Look, we had our opportunity already to kill them when we didn't, so it's fine.
And we need to eliminate the competition, and then on the red paper.
This is going in your permanent record.
I'm proud to have that on my permanent record. Thank you very much, Grant. Listen, Lenny, why don't you go find a bar to get drunk in? Hey, Dren, what else do you think we should do? Is this enough?
Let's see. What other kind of marketing scheme could we toss in here?
Pyramid, multi-level,
God, no, I'm not getting involved in a pyramid scheme.
direct to consumer.
Well,
Direct
I
marketing.
gotta imagine that Frank has to be emerging at some point. So we know he's going to be helping promote
Yeah.
better, she says loudly to God knows who.
Well, at this point, based on his schedule, you'd think that he's probably already started scrying. He's already up on thigh scry.
I love that scry.
Yeah,
Are you saying thy scry?
Thigh. And
I thought you
THY.
said thigh scry, and I was like, how
No.
the fuck does that have anything? I was
Thigh.
like, not on his thighs.
Very weird.
HY.
Okay, I get it now. I get it.
Thigh scry.
I apologize. I was like, what is this thigh
It's-
scry?
It's much more clever than that.
No, thigh scry is like the adult-centered version of it.
Yeah, that's
Whoa.
when you put, in private mode or whatever.
Yeah, you go into incognito mode and you pull that one up. Incognito
Yeah.
mode is you're in a broom closet where no one can see you.
There are witches in your area.
Is it hexy singles?
Right.
No, this is all bad.
Flip
I hate it.
We need to make these T-shirts now.
Oh my god. Well, the Hexy Singles one is definitely one that we need to.
We need to make a fake ad for the role.
Uh,
The
Yeah.
Starting Soon roll.
this will be
Yeah.
available at the merch booth.
That's right.
Oh my god.
Anyways.
Anyway, back to the show.
If I may,
Yeah, what's your
Thunuk?
idea, Thanuk?
that was out of character. Thanuk
Oh.
walks over to the nearest pile of what looks like detritus, child-sized detritus.
Okay.
Is it
Oh,
a potato scout?
are you burning one of your
Yes.
hang on here. Give me a
Wow.
second.
You irresponsible troop leader.
Oh,
How did
No,
we get
this
a
is,
potato scout to Waterdeep?
He did it. He
Unbelievable.
knows how it's. He understands this now. He knows better. He has no control over them.
Hang on, let me
He's
bring
just-
up oh shoot, where is it?
At
I
this
got it.
point, he's expecting them to be wherever there is a child-sized pile of garbage, or detritus. Or
Is
something.
this one or is this two charges? This is one charge. Two charges for this? Two charges.
2 charges? No, this is a 1 charge because 2 charge is for wait, what did I write? I didn't
Okay.
write it down. I think 2 charges is for if I'm going to be doing something against a roll.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So you find the nearest child-sized pile of detritus, and you go to start poking through it,
Mhm.
and nothing happens because it is just a child-sized pile of detritus. But from the pile of laundry sitting over on the corner, one of your
before the
yeah,
before that happens.
yeah.
Sonic is very, very. He's surprised, but he's also pleasantly surprised and relieved that there are no potato scouts here, and none of them have snuck along.
And then, right as that happens, there's like a pile, like a bag of laundry, like a whole bunch of bags of laundry, like for pickup, and from that, like, one of the potato scouts emerges. You looking for me? That's not me.
Yeah, but very good job.
Because potatoes are sneaky.
Yes, they are. So, how did you get here? Out of curiosity?
Potatoes are sneaky.
Well, yes, but how did you sneak?
If I told you, then you wouldn't. Then I wouldn't be sneaking.
That's true, but I have to know so that I can teach other potatoes to be sneaky.
Also, I'm your boss. You have to tell me.
I have to know you did it safely.
Oh, I did. I was in your backpack.
You were in my backpack.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know if there are other potato scouts nearby?
I don't know because we're sneaky.
Okay. I want you to call for the other potato scouts. He's given up. He knows there is other potato scouts here. There's no way around this.
Let's see, what would the potato scout call be? What sound does a potato make?
Well, I thought we were going with the blop blop thing last time.
Blop blop. Yeah.
Blop, blop.
Blop. Blop.
There you go. Blop, 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 blop.
Yeah. It's very
You know, the,
yeah, floppy, guttural, froggy, like culmination.
this way it goes.
Yeah, that works.
And then, like, from like almost nowhere, like 6 more potato scouts just sort of materialized. Like one might have been like Eno's cloak. You're not sure. Dren apparently was standing on one. You thought it was cobblestone. It was not.
All right.
You're pretty sure one rappelled down off of a building. It's
Like a zip line.
yeah, it's just zip down and then right yeah they Batman down and they all get potato scouts to attention and they all like
Okay. I'm so pleased to see all of you. Good job. You're very good at hiding.
thank you, Scoutmaster Thonok.
Their parents are gonna be so pissed.
Do
When
we
you get
recognize
back-
them as being all Pinedale potato scouts?
No.
Have they? Oh, damn it! It's spreading.
They're expanding, franchising.
These are Water Davian Russets.
Yes, they are the Water Davian Russets.
Oh boy.
I love it.
The Russet Recon.
Troop number 606 at your disposal, Scoutmaster Thonok.
There are now 605 more troops.
Well, you
than
don't
there
know. Yeah, I mean, they might have numbered in order.
No, they would have numbered in order. They know better than not to. But at this, there is a certain wave that goes over Thunok's face of like panic and pride at the same time.
And Brent's probably making notes like, he franchised. Interesting.
All right, now make
Because
sure
ultimately,
that-
Brent is part of human resources, which means that all humans
Yeah,
are resources
well,
to be exploited.
I'm sitting there just picturing like the Menzoberrands and Yukon Gold.
I accidentally muted
Yeah.
myself. But that is the purpose of human resources, is to exploit the resources of their humans.
Mm-hmm. Anyway. Anyway, Drenmai.
Menzoberrands and Yukon Gold.
Yeah, it's just
Nice.
I'm just like thinking of different types of potatoes and then popular like D&D locations. Like
The Icewind Dale new
Mac-
potatoes.
Yeah, I hate all of it. The waxy colors.
Now,
The
okay,
Baldur's Gate tubers.
don't forget, kids. You're not supposed to leave your troops behind without the permission of the troop master, me, because you have to be safe. He's making up brand new rules as he goes. You have to be safe, and everyone has to know where we have to know where each other are, so we don't accidentally, step on each other's toes.
The Sigil sweet potatoes. Okay, I'm done.
Nice.
And they kind of murmur among themselves, and then there's like the potato scout salute, which is like the fist to the head, and then it goes, because potatoes always know.
Exactly. Good job. Okay. Now. I have a mission for all of you.
And there's like the
Yes, it's very important. So you see these posters?
yeah.
Okay, the people who put those posters up,
Mm-hmm.
they're littering and they're slandering. Yes,
What's
bad
slander?
things.
What's slander?
Both of those are bad.
It's when you say bad things about people that are lies.
Thunok, I think this is technically libel.
Oh, okay. They are liably.
Libel.
Yeah.
So we have to take these signs down.
And Brent is like, his hands are folded over each other and goes, your scoutmaster is correct. This represents a series of horrific lies that should not be stood for.
And they're all like looking at Brent and they're like, Scoutmaster Thonic, who's he?
That's Dent. Ignore him.
I appreciate your efforts here, Thunuk. Instilling brand loyalty into the children is very, very intelligent. I'll be marking this. Home office may be able to use this.
Hey, we're not here to weaponize children, all right?
Helmet just fell out.
And Brent goes, but they already are.
Damn it.
Hugon also, wherever he is,
Is proud.
excellent work with his internship programs. We're very proud of him. We're also glad to see that Thunuk has made inroads into such a thing as well. We did not look for this eventuality. This is an untapped resource. Thunuk, you are to be commended.
Thank you.
Potato scouts, you say? And he writes it down.
Like in his own hand. Like he doesn't even have like.
Yeah, he didn't use the quill. He wrote it down
No,
on a
I'm
different
writing this.
piece of paper
This
with
is
his own
important.
hand.
You know it's important when he has the quill. Potato Scouts.
Gold star for Thunuk.
Thunuk has miscalculated.
And then he just like he recedes like some sort of like specter out of sight.
He hovers backwards.
And so the other Potato Scouts look up at you and like they kind of get the impression that that's like the marching orders now. And you guess like what might be like the nominal head Potato Scout, the Alpha Scout, of however that is, the Alpha Spud, just turns around and goes, "All right, kids, you heard him, mulch them," and they just scatter, and you start seeing like they're like tearing these posters down as fast, trying to shred them as fast as they can, and they keep coming up, and then and they're spreading it, and you can see there's like torn paper like coming up out of clouds, like clouds of torn paper coming up like out from like behind groups of people, and you see like one like riding on the back, like a cart comes by and there's a like Potato Scout hanging on the back, just sitting there like whacking away at it with a hammer, trying to get like just one's on there with charcoal just smearing like just writing, like just trying to scribble everything out as they can. They're trying like, everything in their power that their minds can comprehend, because they know they're not allowed to play with fire. That they're trying just everything to try to get these posters down, with varying degrees of success.
Imagine a few brave ones have begun picking up horse clops and throwing them at plops, rather. Yeah.
Some of them more, they're probably like the troublemaker ones in the troop. Did we call them troops? I forget if we called them troops. The vine. I don't know. Spuds don't grow on vines.
Bunch.
The bunch. So they're going ham on these posters now.
Everyone sees Thunuk's face as he's having a full-on "what have I wrought" moment.
It's
Do you
pretty
remember
much like
look upon your sins.
it's pretty much
Again.
It's pretty much just you turn loose a whole bunch of like rabid honey badgers on these posters. They're just going to town. Yeah, I think that's actually a good place for us to break for the game. I think that should be today's game here, with you summoning children to do your dirty work. Well, before we do that, what are like Eno's and Dren's reactions now? You see like all these Potato Scouts like materialize out of nowhere and then just start going apeshit on all of the posters.
I'm pleased.
Why didn't we think of that? That's genius.
And there are 605 other troops.
Kind of want to call them like bushel.
Bushels,
Ooh.
bushels.
Bush.
Oh,
Yeah.
Bushels and
Bushel
stuff,
number
like
6.
fruits and stuff.
So this is bushel number 606.
Wouldn't it be like sack number 606?
Yeah, but I thought of that too. But calling them a group of sack.
No.
Yeah,
Like you have like if it's like Cub Scouts, right? You have like the pack and then the dens. So you've got the bushel and
bushel
then-
and the sack.
and the sacks, the potato sacks.
Well, the peck, right? A bushel and a peck.
A bushel and a peck. Peck. Oh my god, we're part of
'Cause we've
pack
got-
number.
We've got
Peck number.
the older ones are the potato ones, and then the younger ones are the spuds.
Are the spuds?
Yeah.
We could throw in like a yam. That could be like our special forces.
No, the
Yeah,
Yam
Eagle
Scouts are like that's like Eagle Scout level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Yam Scouts. Well, before we get too deep into this, because we could go for hours on it, and I have no problems. That'll be today's game. Thank you all for tuning in. Talpa Scott, thank you very much for sending us a raid our way. We really do appreciate it. Hope everyone who saw it was a little amused by it. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes with some table talk, because we got some stuff to unpack here. Our first table talk after a month of no games. So we'll be right back. Stay tuned and see you in a minute. All right, and we are back with Table Talk. Ooh. We have a lot to unpack today, so let us
The
do
Tabby
this.
Took.
Tabby
Tabby
Took.
Took.
Tabby Took. Tabby Talk. Table Talk.
What were
It's
our
time
two
for
t-shirt
Table Talk.
things that we had ideas?
What's the matter?
Our t-shirt ideas.
Hexy singles.
Hexy singles.
We have to
Hexy
make that
singles.
T-shirt. That T-shirt absolutely has to be made, and yes,
I don't remember the other one.
I'm coming up with. I can already picture out how I'm laying out thy scry.
Potato Scouts. I think there needs to be like Potato Scout Troop number 606
Troop
or Bushel
yeah.
number 2. Or I guess for general consumption it would be like troop because people wouldn't understand like a
Yeah.
bushel.
I think it should be troops, so as not to confuse, so as not to like, while the potato scouts are talking to one another, not to confuse things too much.
So a peck is an imperial and United States customary unit of dry volume, equivalent to 2 dry gallons or 8 dry quarts or 16 dry pints. 2 pecks make a kenning and 4 pecks make a bushel. Just to let you know. So it could be a peck.
Oh,
We need to use this.
I think.
Yeah, we need proper terminology.
And when I was in Boy Scouts, they had patrols.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a peck.
Yeah.
And I think a bushel is a troop.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the bushel is the large group. The pecks are the.
Or the kenning is the troop, and then the
Oh.
bushel is the regional thing. Like,
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. So we've got kenning. No, so we've got bushel,
you got peck,
kenning.
kenning.
And peck is like the all overarching, it sounds like.
No. The
Peck
peck
is
is
a
the
patrol.
smallest one. That's like the den.
Peck is the smallest.
bushel is a region.
Okay, bushel's gonna
Yeah.
be our region.
Bushels.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then you could have several kennels in a bushel, and you'll have several pecks in a kennel and a kenning. Several kennings in a bushel. Wow, this is going to be a thing.
Deep.
Well, we're going to start with quadrant 3, which is Roz. For any moments of the game, employees of note, anything in that particular realm of things.
This is tough. I will say I quite enjoyed Gideon's portrayal of the auditor. That was very good. Thank you very much for Lenny. And
Hey, Bruce.
but I definitely got to give it to Thunuk for calling on the Potato Scouts at the end. I mean, that's genius. You know,
I actually wish I had now.
it's too late. You've
Consequences.
Yeah, you've let the potatoes out of the sack at this point.
It's happened.
Yeah.
It's happened. Counterclockwise, that would bring us over to Gideon.
The tailor was good. I really liked the tailor, but blowing the 5th level slot on the poster removal was just choice. Like, that was amazing.
It's definitely on
It
brand.
was such an Eno thing to do. Like, animate the posters to walk into the fire.
Well, those posters are destroyed. It's just that
Those
there's
posters are destroyed.
more
And,
posters.
he did it in style. He had
Mhm.
panache.
Anyone can tear a poster down and throw it into a fire.
Yeah. But
takes-
can you make the poster tear itself down?
Can you make?
And throw itself
Can you
in the
turn that into performance, though? That's the
Yeah,
question.
exactly. And that is the hallmark of a great bard, seeking performance in all things.
Exactly.
Name is good.
Moving along to Yvonne, the bearded goat.
I love the interaction between Brent and Drenmai. I especially love the fact that even out of character, Clues is like, I'm not even gonna say his goddamn name. Nope.
I hate this guy.
This guy's the
I don't like
worst.
him.
I imagine it's one of those situations at corporate where, yeah, long-standing rivalry, but both bring enough to the table where it's like management's not going to step in and fire one or the other. It's just like this is just the state of their coexistence.
I think corporate was like, well, Drenmai, whatever team she on, requires an incredibly firm hand
Mm-hmm.
when we do the audits, and we have to do the audits like every half century with her.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess he would be the one that would do it every time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I think. Well, okay. Clues. I guess we'll go on to you, and then I'll share some thoughts here. But Clues, on to you.
God, I do love the Potato Scouts. I love the asshole that is Jerry.
Now his name's Jerry.
Why not?
I picture Eno when he was doing the loud speaking thing. That it was just really funny to be like walking down the streets doing, Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. That was kind of a funny image for me. Man, it's hard to pick one. I think having Hugon ripped from us though that was kind of my moment of the game, just because it's like, well, that happened, and then everyone's just like, okay. Like, this is something totally normal and should not be overly concerned about.
Mm-hmm.
We accepted it as we accepted all of his escapades.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Oh, okay, he's going now.
For him, he
Yeah.
might be in a better place.
Yeah.
He was laughing rather happily.
I mean,
I-
better
yeah.
is a subjective term.
Yeah.
For you,
He's in a
that
place
might be
that
hell.
more closely aligns with
Mhm.
his personality.
It's worse for me because now I don't get to torture Hugon with all
Now
of the
you get Brent.
sugariness. Fuck that guy.
Listen, if you weren't in the red, it wouldn't be a problem, and Britain wouldn't be here.
Problem solved.
Do better.
I think Brent, and I forget the name I gave for the last name. Because I texted or I messaged.
Swall.
It's
Something.
Smorgwasher.
Yeah, Smorgwasher.
Smorgwasher.
Smorgwasher, yeah. I think he actually, and I don't think it would be like hidden knowledge. I think he actually might be from Avernus. He might be one of Mammon's accountants. Because if Acquisitions Incorporated wanted an auditor to make sure that everything was going and maximizing profit, who better than one of Mammon's lackeys, whose only job is to make sure the money is coming in? And as we know, canonically, there is now an Avernus franchise of Acquisitions Incorporated. Or did I miss?
Time, does linear time have meaning in Inverness?
It doesn't, and we're just gonna say it does. It
No.
does. It's
Well,
the,
I was just realizing, he was saying to Drenmai that this happens every couple of, like, decades or centuries or whatever. So,
but it doesn't
the
mean that he
moment-
hasn't had dealings with Mammon before.
well, yes, but I'm just thinking of the moment that that an Inverness branch of Acquisitions Incorporated would to come into play. That means Acquisitions Incorporated exists outside of time and at all times, and outside of time.
Or maybe this
has
just
no
this
meaning.
one
Yes.
deal. It could be just
Yeah.
like the deal, right? Where it's just like, and poof, now we exist.
Yeah.
I mean, there's also the. I was considering him more like Fey aligned.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think there's a lot to. I think we get some fun with that, just for where he comes from, because it's going to be something diabolical. You know, it's not going to be like, it's not going to be like, oh, he's just a nice guy that happened. No. This is, if you've ever met business consultants. Let's see
Sounds
what
like
else we have here.
Future antagonist / bad guy.
Yeah. So we've established candy liches now. Maybe candy hags. We're not sure yet. Brett's intro was fun. Oddly specific texture. Yeah, that we don't round down Drenmai was nice little thing. I'm grabbing that clip. Goblin of Wrath. The thighs. I said thigh scry. Thigh scry being the adult version of Thigh
Oh.
Sky.
Dice
I think-
Scry and Dice
I think that's kind of funny, but I do think it would be awesome to have Hexy Singles Near You T-shirts. That would be amazing. That I think people would buy that.
I just want it for the scroll at the beginning of during the.
Oh, if we have artwork, I will put it into the opening scroll, no problem. I think I'll take a look at that. I think people would buy Hexy Singles T-shirts. I mean, they might already exist, but they're not ours, and they should be ours. So TM, trademark, copyright, whatever we need to do, it's ours. So I had 2 questions for the table here. One was based off of a conversation that we kind of started off talking about in game, and one of them was something I thought about the other day. But the first one is, what is your in real life hangover cure / breakfast? Like, what would you the morning after? And this might not be as prevalent now because it's not like we were when we were in our early 20s and this happened more often. You had your go-to, oh god, I'm feeling bad. And so, like, for example, in Philly, or here anyway, we had actually a proactive measure, which was you went and got a Pat's or a Gino's cheesesteak. Now I know it's for tourists, and I've said that, and I still agree with that. But if you went and got a cheesesteak at 2 o'clock in the morning and ate that thing, your hangover was almost non-existent the next morning. I think there was something in that coated your stomach in the grease or something that just prevented, bad things from happening the next day. Well, at least hangover. There was other consequences and repercussions for eating a cheesesteak at 2 o'clock in the morning, but TOS. But what is or was like your go-to like hangover meal / cure?
I really like Tex-Mex food for burritos, tamales, chimichangas, enchiladas, tacos, fajitas, things like that. But I think my absolute favorite hangover cure back when I was a heavy drinker was a corn tortilla breakfast burrito that was no joke that big around and that long.
Oh my god.
And it had the most incredible chorizo, black beans, scrambled egg, pico de gallo, with a some sort of cheese sauce that was drizzled on top. I don't remember, but it was a semi-spicy cheese sauce. And holy Christ! Oh, rice. That was the other thing.
Yeah.
There was a ton of rice for like absorption.
Was this the place that advertised burritos the size of your head?
No.
Okay.
No. This was a Hopcat.
Okay.
In Broad Ripple.
Okay. I like that. Nice, greasy.
And if I couldn't get into Hopcat, I would go to Taste of Havana and have either an Elena Ruiz, which was a smoked turkey with cream cheese and rat preserves,
Ooh.
or a pan con lechon, which was a delicious roasted pork in a mojito sauce with spicy black beans on the side. Just absolutely incredible.
I can see the spice helping burn out the evil that you put into your system the night before.
Or it just like sets your neurochemistry alight with like survive.
Who else? What other hangover cures do you guys have out there? I'm always curious about this because we talk about food and I'm getting hungry.
I've got to make a confession that I've never had a hangover. I've tried. I've blacked out. I've never had the ability to have the hangover effects. I remember.
Is that because you never sleep?
I don't know what. I can drink a lot. Like last night I drank almost an entire bottle of vodka. But I woke up at 4 o'clock this morning and I'm perfectly fine.
Ugh.
I feel fine. So I have an uncanny relationship with alcohol. But yeah, I can drink. I hold like the record
It's
for
the
tequila
truth.
shots. I can do 26 tequila shots and be fine.
No.
Yeah, I know.
Like physiologically, I'm wondering what that does. Your liver's like, hey, what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know.
Please stop.
Scours your gut biome.
Yeah. I can make a recommendation for what I know curing the common cold. So I can add that other than a hangover food. But you take like 3 ounces of rock and rye, you do half a lemon, you boil water, and then you kind of mix
Drink
that all
it.
together. Don't put the seeds in it, but yeah, hot lemon water and about 3 ounces of rock and rye, and that will cure all colds. It does. But yeah, hangover food. I don't know what a hangover feels like.
Well, that's
So-
a good thing. That's
Yeah, and I've tried. I tried really hard. On my friend's 21st birthday, I blacked out. I had more alcohol than I can list. And I had it on an empty stomach. That was the only
Yeah.
reason I blacked out. Because I had an empty stomach. And it was about 8 hours of
kids. Don't do this at home.
Yeah, please
Don't do this at home. I'm an oddity. I've known this since I could drink. So just don't do what I do because it's bad.
Don't do what I do, kids.
This is gonna sound silly, but pickles.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's got all that vinegar and all that salt. You need that salt back in your body. So if I think I'm going to be hungover in the morning, pickle time. And right now, the best pickle ever that I've come across is Boobies. It is skunky as hell.
Oh yeah.
And
A skunky pickle.
That's
Color
it,
me
listen.
intrigued.
funky and
You're getting it
skunky.
from a Jewish lady. That's going to be the best pickle you're ever going to have. I mean,
It says Boobies Pickles. It's the picture of this old lady in black and white on the front of it. You open the jar, and you take a deep sniff, and if you get the spicy kind, your sinuses are cleared. And you wonder to yourself, how did they get the raccoon in the jar, and how do they get it in there alive before killing it?
Oh,
It's like
God.
it's like being assaulted.
Yes.
It's like,
It's got
These
some
are
stank on
fermented
it.
pickles.
where do you get these?
I get them at my grocery store. They
Okay,
just
but-
start
because
carrying.
I've never heard of them.
They just started carrying them. I think they just made it here.
I'll have to look them up and see if they sell them in Colorado.
I recommend.
'Cause they
them.
could be
They're
a retail.
fantastic.
Mhm.
I mean,
Uh,
like, listen, you said the magic words, stinky and like skunky and fermented. That sounds
Oh,
great.
Otherwise, spicy anything with kimchi, especially anything like stuff like that. Fermented pickled things that are spicy as heck.
Mhm.
Is in the next day. They will help you convalesce.
Rush Dark Shadow says that citric acid will help your liver process some of this stuff. So that could be,
Oh, that makes sense.
yeah. That makes
There's
sense.
citric acid in vinegar.
There you go.
Dang.
Maybe. Oh. Roz, how about you? Do you have a hangover cure?
I mean, I don't normally drink that
Mhm.
much. But yeah, I just like what I said that Eno did. I pretty much drink like a little extra water. You know, I heard something about eggs helping your body process alcohol, but I don't know
Mhm.
if that's if you're supposed to eat eggs while you drink or if you're supposed to like. But so I don't whatever. But I would go with eggs as a good like morning after.
Oh, he says it's acidic acid. Okay, no, I'm sorry. Viking Goat just said acidic
That's me.
acid.
I'm
Oh.
correcting myself. Yeah, it's not citric. So actually, there was some research done on eating protein while drinking because it sticks around your stomach, which causes the alcohol to stick around your stomach, which is where the enzyme to help break down alcohol is released. So as long as you keep stuff in your stomach, the longer you keep stuff in there, the more of that enzyme gets released.
Makes sense.
Maybe that's what I read. So and isn't eggs protein?
Oh
Isn't
yeah.
that protein? Yeah. So like eating eggs while you're drinking.
Oh, maybe
Which
that's why the
is
cheesesteaks worked, because that's kind of like meat.
Yeah.
This is what I've been doing this whole time.
I've just been eating raw meat the entire
No,
time.
no, no. I
No,
put
no,
it. I
what-
put it in
Right.
the Discord.
It's,
Ah.
it's in our
Go in
private
team
Discord.
chat.
Oh God.
I like it. I
have
like it.
logos.
I love it.
Stuff one too.
That's got to be a T-shirt. Yeah, that's gonna be a
I
T-shirt
had
right
to
there.
find the exact font that
Yes.
YouTube used. So
It was really just an excuse to find more fonts. Let's be honest.
I have 8,000. I always need more.
So the second question I have for you folks here, this kind of stems off of the question I put out there, I think on Friday, was what was the genre of music of your character? If your character was to star in a video game, what would the genre of that video game be? Like, what kind of video game would your character? You get to control it. They're the character you're doing.
We're looking at like FPS platformer type stuff. or
Anything.
Are we talking like horror?
Well, I'd say a combination of the two. You could say like the mood genre, right? Or you could the type of game. So you have good example. Dead Space is a horror game, but it's also a third person shooter, right? So, platformer, puzzle, cooperative, any kind of mashup. Is it a Metroidvania game? Like, what is top down?
My like immediate was side scroller adventure.
Okay. Now would it be more like
Old. 1980s
Oh yeah.
Mario side scroller.
So not a Metroidvania, just a linear platformer.
Yeah, linear
Okay.
platformer, basic venture,
Like a Mega
lots of
Man,
goofy stuff. Yeah.
where because the lantern would have to get new powers, right? So it's like Mega
Yeah.
Man. As you defeat the bosses, the lantern gets new
Yeah.
shit. Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
And then you can throw in some Mario elements, like I eat something, therefore I'm invulnerable because I'm on some sugar high or whatever. You know. Yeah, that's, and it has to be old because she's old.
No, I get it.
But not adventure old.
Not adventure.
I think my game would be like a combination of I don't know if you've
Dark
played this,
Souls.
but Prototype
I don't think I remember that.
and Wolfenstein.
Okay, so a first-person
yeah.
shooter, or I guess in Hugon's case, it would be a first-person slasher.
Kind of. I mean, it depends. Prototype's very third person.
Mm-hmm.
Also tactical. So.
Okay, but there would still obviously would be a lot of beat the crap out of things.
Mm-hmm.
Weapons everywhere. More weapons, please, and weapons.
And Prototype has the angle of a biological thing augmenting and having crazy powers, like
Okay.
being able to karate kick a helicopter out of the sky, or turning your arm into a bladed whip, things like that.
Okay.
It's a pretty good. It was a pretty great game. Like I played the crap out of Prototype and Prototype 2. I really enjoyed it.
Interesting. So what do we have for Thunic and Eno? What kind of games? Would Eno just be like Guitar Hero, Loot Hero, or do you think
He's Guitar Hero.
No, it could
Loot
be. I think
Hero.
I'm saying. I just what would that be? Like anything?
What is it? What kind of game is Eno, or would Eno be
If you
in?
could,
Or
if you could design any game you wanted starring Eno or starring Thunic, what do you see? Like you don't see like you said like Drenmai bouncing off the walls. Kind of, platformer. Hugon would obviously be. See, in Hugon, I originally thought like a side-scrolling beat 'em up, like a la Double Dragon, or something along those lines. That could work as well. Well, that just might be like the Team X game, right? Is like the side-scrolling beat 'em up, like the old X-Men game,
I mean, I think for Eno it would be kind of like a point and click adventure game, like but with music. So the two games that came into my mind while we were talking about is Night in the Woods, which has a character that's like a cat person thing, but like she's in a band and she plays the bass. And like, so you can go into her room and then like you can pick up her bass and you can start playing. And it's like it becomes a Guitar Hero style game where you have to hit your buttons on your keyboard at the right time and it makes the bass notes go. But then there's other like little mini games. But yeah, it's kind of like a puzzle. He likes to investigate things. And then the other game, which I've never actually played, which I might want to play someday, but I've seen it played, is Wander Song, where the character is.
Wander Song's
like,
good.
Yeah, letting out notes, and then certain things happen when certain
cool.
notes are played or whatever.
It's a cool game.
Yeah, and like investigating, talking to different people, trying to figure out what's going on, solving the mysteries and things like that. I think that'd probably be Eno.
Okay. And how about Thunic?
I've been thinking on this, and I think it would be The Legend of Zelda.
So like a top-down.
It would be the entire series. It would just be a series of. There'd never be a princess to rescue or Triforces to get. It'd just be him wandering around in a forest, and not the entire series. It would specifically be the most recent one that I played. Or the second one that I ever played, actually. Not
Link to the Past?
Before I ever played Link to the Past or The Legend of Zelda, I played Twilight Princess, and then I played the most recent one that came out on the Switch. and I don't
Breath of the
remember
Wild.
Thank you. Breath of the Wild, specifically because everything is food in that game. Yeah,
I like it.
and
I like it. Well, we're gonna send all these ideas over to James Brooks. See if we can't get him to start making the new video games and everything. So, cool. Do we have any new business to discuss before we call it quits for the week?
Well, we might as well just say that there's not going to be a DNC it plugged.
Yeah. So
No
Philadelphia has canceled all public events, based obviously on issues with COVID. So all the folks not wearing your mask, this is your fault. But yeah, they said they've canceled all public events, so there will not be a drawn in court here. But we don't know for certain. I'd be surprised if PAX or Penny Arcade did not have some alternative streaming happening, and if not,
yeah.
and well, if we're gonna, I'm gonna say it we'll figure out a date for when it makes most sense. But I'll do a live stream of the chili recipe, and I shall also show you the recipes for the spice rub and for the barbecue sauce. That has been a part of that, so we'll have to figure that as well. And we'll figure something. We'll find a way to play games. We always do.
Yeah.
Any
Yeah,
other?
I'm thinking about putting together a virtual DNC. It's just I got to figure out how to do that.
Yes,
How I want to go about it.
we could figure it out. We have
What was
Discord.
Second Life? No.
No.
Let's not do that.
IMVU.
Yeah, it's gonna be new.
It's gonna be new. Tomorrow I am trying to build a monitor during the breakdown build up. I got some parts, and from the old laptops I broke down, and I got some controller boards for them.
Cool. And then what are we doing on Late to the Game?
Super Mario World.
Ah,
On the SNES. Yep.
excellent.
I had to skip the last 2 weeks because we're having a hangout over Google Hangouts for my father's 75th birthday 2 weeks ago. And last week, well, the weather decided that the internet shouldn't work in my house.
Good times.
So yeah, I think I'm trying to get after Lemmy.
mean
Maybe
Brent?
I already beat them.
No, let me. Oh, Fred in Super Mario World. Yeah. No. Brent Koopa,
Brent Koopa. Yeah.
the one that even all the other Koopas are going like, no, he's an asshole. Are we seeing story time with Roz this week?
Maybe. I haven't done it since I went on the vacation a while ago, but yeah, I would like to finish the game at some point.
Excellent.
So we'll see.
And once I get done building this fence, which will hopefully be today, I'm going to start working on trying to get Transformers into Tabletop Simulator to see if I can make that work. And then maybe we can start doing Saturday Night Fights again. It'll be accessible. And I'll actually have cards to play with. Go figure. Anyway, everyone, Rush Dark Shadow and Saucefire and everyone else who joined us today, thank you very, very much. We will be back next week with an all-new episode of Team X, where we shall see our team do battle in the annual Sugar Slam. It's going to be...
I might kill Brent.
It's going to be a good time. So, but thank you very much for joining us today. And everyone be cool. Don't touch your face. Don't drink bleach. And, yeah. All right.
Eat lots of ice cream.
You can't tell me what to
Eat-
do.
Eat lots of ice cream. And cheese. Not necessarily together, but do those
Or
things.
do.
Or do. Not going to judge you. All right. Thanks, everyone.